Heyo! Congratulations, Night Llama. Congratulations. Gonna be playing the song for like 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. Scratch that, make that 1 more minute. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna send the link to the stream in a few places. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong fucking link. I'm gonna set a Love and Light TV meme clip that I found on YouTube. Anyways. Hey, Postnut, how's it going? I just got one more place to send it to. There we go. Pretty sure some of the people on that other server who are into police shit will like this episode. So that's gonna be nice. Alrighty. So, let's get to the itinerary, shall we? Tonight on the ScurvyRum show, we have the opening segment, The Problem with Female Police Officers. It's titled it a little differently. Might as well change it now. The incompetence of... There we go. I'm sorry, fellas. I knew something like this would happen. Our first video... Female cop does nothing during attack by Donut Operator. New guy that we haven't seen on the channel before. Our next video, more incompetent ponytail police endangering the public and saved by a man by Good Luck America. Our next video is Lakewood Church ending. Coward female cop hides while kid is blamed. Stop Blindly Backing the Blue by Good Luck America. We got 2 of his videos tonight. He makes some pretty good shit. Then for a regular cancellation, we have the mousy-looking Tennessee police officer, Megan Hall. Let's see. Oh, hey, AC. Bussy Hunters Assemble. Might as well be the new name for the community, I guess. Postnut says, saw 3 women try to arrest a guy in Australia. They couldn't. Funny stuff. Night Llama says, I said a rude thing during a raid and got banned by Hunter Cries Alone fans. Ah, damn. That sucks. Worst that happened to me was that I just got blocked by Hunter. Honestly, I take that as a badge of honor. Alrighty. So before we get on to the opening segment, we're just going to put it right here. I'm going to let you guys know this is a bit more of a serious show, so I'm not going to be completely fucking plastered like I usually get to. So I'm going to have, like, probably 2 drinks max tonight, and I'm going to try and spread out those drinks too. It's mainly because I don't really want to stumble on what I'm trying to say. You know, police stuff is often serious, and... You know, I do want to be respectful with the material that I am showing you guys tonight, so just thought I'd give that little disclaimer. Anyways, let's get to our opening segment. First, I am going to take a drink. So, tell you the truth, well, actually, I'm drinking, but, you know. Anyways, the police. Not the biggest fans of them these days, especially the more liberal police departments in liberal cities with their stupid bail policies. And then not to mention, I think Chronic brought this up before, but they also don't like it when a guy is, you know, defending himself. Good old principle of self-defense. Something that is allowed, supposedly allowed in our country. The Second Amendment, like that's a very important amendment right there that allows one to, the right to bear arms. Pretty cool amendment, if you ask me. But the cops are going to be on the side of the aggressor in the situation, not the person defending himself. But you think power-hungry male cops are bad? Oh boy, you ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to the female police officers. And I'm not talking about good officers like Officer Jenny here, who's actually helpful in the community of Viridian City. But we are talking about ponytail police officers, the diversity hires, the police officers who are just there to, soften the blow from all the BLM bullshit that happened back in 2020. We're nearing the 4-year anniversary of the Summer of Love, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out there, too. Satyanar says, if you defend yourself, then you might start being independent of your slave masters and their overseers. Yep. They don't like that, even though their duty, technically, should actually be on the side of the defender. They're not gonna arrest the aggressor. And especially in some states, self-defense is a bad thing. We don't like guns. I'm unfortunately in one of those states. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get a gun, but that's besides the point. Oh boy, but I wanted to ask you guys this. Who is more likely to panic in a situation like a blam out? I'm instead of saying shoot, I'm just gonna say blam because that's funny. Blam is a funny word. Who is more likely going to keep a level head in a blam out? Is it gonna be the 10-year male police officer, or is it gonna be a female police officer who was recently hired because of diversity, inclusion, and equity bullshit? I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds. Take your guess to see who is the person with the cooler head in a situation like that. Take your time. Well, I'll give you the answer for you. It's the female cop who is going to be in panic mode. So one thing that I've learned in jujitsu class is the amygdala response. Part of being a practitioner of jujitsu is that you want to maintain a level head. You don't want an amygdala spike to happen because then you lose in the fight. And the classes I'm taking, they're a bit more self-defense orientated. It's not UFC focused or whatnot. Speaking of UFC 300, you guys looking forward to that tonight too? I'm probably gonna catch peeks of it at the bar. Anyways, but the female officers, at least in the footage that I've seen, and it's beyond the 3 videos that we're watching tonight. They are the ones who do a lot of brash things, and then the male cops have to pick up for the slack. And her incompetence could not only, make the situation worse, but also could actually end up, the male officer, or even the more competent female police officers just dead because the bitch got emotional. Put it plainly, the bitch got emotional. Let's see. After thinking about it really hard, I realized that a lot of the laws are based on, it's not about what you did, it's about when you did it, aka self-defense versus, I'll just say it, murder equals 1 death, but 1 does jail time. Interesting. Also, that's also pretty cool, Noctis. Somebody's going to be streaming it on Discord. That's nice. If that's the case, I'll probably be muted, because I don't think you guys want to hear just a bunch of people screaming in a bar. Anyways, back to the topic. But as much as I don't like the cops, I don't think I'd really want a female police officer to try to calm me down. It's probably going to make things a lot worse, especially if she starts rambling about feminism. Good Lord. Alrighty, I think that's enough rambling for now. I'm also going to just send the link to the stream to the pickle. Alrighty. Oh wait, that's a regular cancellation. So, it's also about what type of person did it. If you know, you know. Good one, Satanar, good one. Yep. I remember a while, Saturn and I actually had a conversation about exactly this in like Discord DMs. Interesting stuff. She knows her shit when it comes to crime statistics. So, yeah. So once again, gonna give the little disclaimer out again, mainly for YouTube's sake, because YouTube is comprised of a bunch of pansies. Yes, though the material is on YouTube, things are going to get a little graphic, albeit it is censored. Usually, police camera footage does censor some of that stuff, but it is also on the individual channel who censors some of the more graphic parts of it. Who is Saturn? Oy vey, says Sheffo. How you doing, Pickle?
Stop where you are! Drop the knife! Casey, taser! Stop or you're gonna get shot!
Ooh, hi everyone, Donut here. Where are we?
Hold on, why is that being all funny? Oh, there we go. My bad on the quality.
Start with this one. We're gonna be taking a look at another incompetent female officer today. Not
Yay!
saying there aren't worthless male officers out there, or that
I also agree with that. There are male cops who are very much power hungry and also are incapable of having a level head, probably because they come from single mother households.
all female officers are incompetent.
That's not what I said.
There's just been a lot of cases I've covered in the past, and especially recently, where a lot of female officers are involved. Everything.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. It was such a great hiring principle for the fucking police. We're really getting the best and brightest in the force, aren't we?
Thing that could have went wrong in today's story that we're going to be covering went wrong. This is going to be one of them shorter videos, so I do apologize to the people who actually like my videos, and I just want to say congratulations to the people who click on my videos and Okay, where do we start on this one? I first came across this video yesterday after another Twitter bro who posts like raw police footage, emergency footage, put this up, and he said, potentially disturbing.
No such thing anymore as the best of the best in the West. Yep, I agree with that, Noctis. Because if you think about it, I mean, there's a reason why the police also have the stereotype of being donut munchers. That's something else I like to call police too, or donut munchers. Because a lot of them are fat, much like the majority of people in the country today.
A Chicago lawyer has filed a federal wrongful death lawsuit against this.
Postnut says instead of "I can't breathe," that's if Dreamy Bull was in that situation, you'd say, "I can't bus, I can't bus." Oh, if you know, you know. The fucking 2-hour gooning stream.
City of Morris for the September 29th death of 40-year-old Olivia Schwab, who was shot multiple times while running towards Officer Nick Pimpinella, gripping a 9-inch long chef's knife. So I read that and I say, who's going to file a lawsuit against an officer who shot someone that was running at them with a 9-inch chef's blade?
That's a knife.
That's a big fucking knife. And how many times have we seen people get killed with baby knives? Literally, knives held by babies.
Let me see what you have. A knife! No!
A little poke in the right place and suddenly you're in the forever box.
That's what she said.
What I'm saying is that a blade of any size is definitely a deadly weapon. You guys remember that stabbing I covered a while back at that mall where the two dudes got into a fight? One of them got just a tiny little poke in the neck and he bleeds out within like, I don't know, 30 seconds on the ground. That one was so bad I had to blur the entire screen. Okay, look at these fucking.
Yep, that's something else too that I think a lot of cops are like woefully like unprepared for these days is like, you know, knives. It's like, yeah, you have the gun, right? But there is a rule. I think it's like, I forget what it is, but it's like the guy with the knife can actually be more lethal than the guy with the gun because it takes time to load up the gun or, you know, prepare the gun. And also the guy could also run away too.
Ads, dude, holy shit. The Daily Mail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's slowing down my computer that has a 4090 Ti in it. Graphic content warning. Horrific moment. A young man is stabbed to death in a bloody food court brawl as a 20-year-old is charged with murder. I can't show all of this. If you look right here, the guy has, I don't know, a 3-inch blade.
It's not the size that counts, it's how you use it.
I don't know if you saw that right there. All he did was a boop, and I'm going to show the video. It's going to be highly...
AC says, a lot of cops don't train at the shooting range, and the stations give them free ammo every year to do so. That's, like, if you want to get better with a gun, you go to the fucking range. Why are you just stockpiling ammo? Like, I understand, you know, the use for for something like that. However, you should also be practicing your aim.
Blurred, but it doesn't take very long for this guy to fall down and he's dead.
Oh, that's a pool of blood right there. Oh yeah, that's a pool of blood.
Point being, even the smallest edged weapons are very deadly.
Edged weapons are instruments of deadly force, and whenever possible, you must be prepared to use your ultimate force option if necessary.
Back to our main...
Don't cops also train in judo and jujitsu? I believe so. You don't really see cops do that all that much. Or at least I think so. You said that you would put that I suggested this. Well, yeah, I did say that in the description, Adeptus. I'm not gonna say directly, but Postnut says when edging goes wrong. But allow me to just yeah, I did put you in the description. I just said from a subscriber. That's fine. I didn't lie about shit, Adeptus. Anyways, let's
story.
continue.
Why did that city have a lawsuit against it for wrongful death? After watching the video of our incident today, I kind of found out why. Which, by the way, the fully uncut version of what we are about to cover is up on my Raw Police channel. It's called Donuts Raw Police Footage. 40-year-old Olivia Schwab's son is suing the city of Morris for wrongful death because, according to reports, police were called to an apartment complex for a mental health emergency. Miss Schwab had been in a mental health facility undergoing the care of professionals. And during this time period when the incident happened, she was starting to transition back into her own apartment. Suicide counselors called 911 and said that she was in her apartment threatening suicide and had armed herself with a large...
Can't say the actual word on YouTube. It kind of makes it harder for channels like Donut Operator to actually, like, you know, talk about what he wants to talk about. You know, crime and grime.
Knife. That's a hairy call to respond to, so be very alert and be ready to be attacked by a suicidal person with a knife. In order to get a lay of the land, the officers park a couple hundred feet away from the apartment where the woman is, survey the area, and then start walking towards the call.
Finally, get to the video.
If I'm not mistaken, it's this building. 1863? Okay.
We see the ponytail police officer.
You go non-lethal.
Okay, you heard that right. The male officer says to the female officer, you go non-lethal. The male officer sees the woman standing in the doorway of her home and automatically starts forming a plan. If there's a knife involved, a knife is a deadly weapon. As per common police training, you always match lethal force with lethal force. But
Yes.
there are a couple...
That is 100% correct. I also learned this at one of the seminars that my jiu-jitsu school offers. But the thing is, lethal force, so that is if somebody has like a knife on them. And in this video, the bitch has a knife on her. So that has already escalated to lethal force. And so, per the law, I would be allowed to pull a good old guillotine. Or a good old Americana. Which I actually don't even know how to do that yet. Well, I'll be learning soon, probably by the time this semester's done. But, man, those jiu-jitsu submissions can really fucking hurt. Like, especially if you're fighting somebody who's untrained in jiu-jitsu. Good lord, like, you could possibly kill somebody with, like, a guillotine. BJJ doesn't work against a knife. Source, trust me, bro. I mean, depends. I mean, maybe the person is, untrained. That makes a huge difference. But then again, you don't really want to be in a knife fight anyways. So, that's the thing. There's the phrase of, don't, gun and knife fights or whatnot. But, yeah, in general, back the fuck. There's some people you should just not engage with. Run the fuck away. That is perfectly acceptable. If somebody pulls out a knife, it is A-okay to run away. You are not a coward for doing so. You don't have to play an hero whatsoever. That's not your job.
Factors where you don't have to go lethal versus lethal with a knife. Sometimes there can be another police officer on scene that can provide the non-lethal while you provide the lethal cover or vice versa. So the male officer wants to take lethal cover, he tells the female officers,
Scurvy, I'm pulling rank. As a higher rank, there's no depends. It doesn't work. You will get stabbed or cut. Alright, I mean, since you're a higher rank, I'll take your word for it then.
take non-lethal, she has her taser, maybe there will be a chance for the female officer to tase the lady, thus saving her life. In this one, they have longer than enough time to triangulate where they are standing and see if a taser can be deployed. If the suspect gets too close to the non-lethal officer, the lethal officer can just shoot the suspect. Let's continue.
Alright, you go non-lethal. I miss. Miss, drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop the...
Oh yeah, pocket sand is pretty effective. Like, that, absolutely. But, I don't think most of us here are Dale Gribble. Pocket sand. But yeah, you are right. You are 100% correct. Better yet, somebody pulls a knife on you, you just run. You also just run. Don't engage. I've also learned that as well.
Drop, stop coming towards me. Stop coming towards me. Stop where you are, miss. Stop where you are. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
I don't know if you noticed, but this entire time the female officer still has not pulled out her taser. Even after triangulating a great angle where if shots have to be fired, the female officer won't be in the line of fire of the male officer.
I have no idea why she didn't just use the taser right then and there. It's like you could clearly see in the footage that the woman with the knife clearly has an intention to do harm to the male officer. He's not going to exactly shoot, even though the gun is indeed loaded. He's not going to shoot first. However, with the taser, you are absolutely allowed to use a taser to basically stop her in her tracks. This woman is not Fentanyl Floyd, so a taser could actually work. And also, I believe it's not as lethal as a knife. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I do encourage people to also get those pepper spray guns. That instead of lead or copper, they shoot balls of pepper spray. That's actually pretty interesting. I assume that, you know, they're like Nerf guns or something in terms of like just how far they could shoot and the kind of ammunition they use. And they have the same force as a BB gun, so getting shot also hurts. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's honestly really cool. But going back to this ponytail cop right here, she had every right to tase the shit out of that bitch.
You go non-lethal. I miss. Miss, drop the knife. Drop the knife. Stop coming.
Thank you for the Cash App, AC. If you read this, you're gay. Dear Mr. Mackey, sometimes my parents beat me, and you are gay. Honestly, thank you for the $2, AC.
Coming towards me. Stop coming towards me. Stop where you are, miss. Stop where you are. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
So, well, like the way she's walking, like she definitely is prepared for something to happen. It could be, you know, a suicide by cop. It could also be just like, you know, she actually wants to hurt the cop. But this bitch is not doing anything. And like what Donut Operator said, she was at the perfect angle to tase her. She also had every right to use the taser, but she chose not to. What the fuck?
Drop the knife, miss. Casey, taser. Stop it. Stop it, you're gonna get shot.
Oh, she does use the taser.
Shots fired, Grundy. 752, step it up. God damn it. Handcuff her. Get that knife away. Face.
Oh, she doesn't? Huh. Looks like it to me. Or did she get shot?
The female officer, for almost that entire time, did not pull her taser. Even after the male officer told her directly, pull out your taser. She was just wandering around the sidewalk like she's waiting on her fucking order at McDonald's. And when she
starts to reach for it, but the woman charges him before she draws the taser. Thank you, Adeptus. I didn't see that. I thought she pulled out the taser. My bad. Oh man, I'm not even drunk right now, but sometimes police body cam footage can be a little hard to discern for old Scurvy. Even if it's like a Cyrax body cam police footage, which happens all the fucking time in his world. Undertrained for sure. Imagine telling somebody to take the knife away.
finally gets her taser out, even when the woman with the 9-inch chef's blade starts running at the male officer, she still doesn't tase her. Not that I'm saying the taser is an end all. There could have been a chance where the taser actually did work and the woman goes down and they could have cuffed her. There could have been a chance.
Casey, taser! Stop it! Stop it, you're gonna get shot!
Oh, wait. I know what that sound was. The rubber ducky noise. That's a, YouTube censorship mechanism, but that was a gunshot. That went like blam. Blam, blam. Or, in the words of Chief Keef, bang, bang. Anyways, Night Llama says, had a woman cop recently get yeeted by a tomahawk and two others being humiliated by some fat dude just throwing them around. Adeptus says, no shit, Scurvy. Yeah, it does take a little bit of, understanding of YouTube censorship to understand rubber duck noises. Another common sound in the Nikocado Avocado universe. What if they're connected? No, I'm kidding. But shit, now I just realized this now. It's like fucking gunshots, man. That bitch got shot. And no wonder why the police department got sued. Fuck. Oh yeah, I remember. It's like the female cop was just wandering around like what Donut Operator said. In today's America, you can't go for a jog with a knife. Second Amendment does just apply to guns without getting shot. What have we become? Actually, the Second Amendment also applies to knives too. Yeah, if you go back to it basically goes back to the legal definition of what arms means. Arms means, firearms, but it also means knives too. So, yeah, arms refers to weapons. I go jogging does not just apply to guns. Okay. I see. Gotcha. Firearms are called that because guns are weapons that shoot fire. Yep. Fire!
In my opinion, it looks like it was a clear-cut suicide by cop. The male officer did what he had to do because she was within 10 feet of him and running at him. And then I don't know why some of the comments online were saying, well, she was holding the knife downward. I don't know. You mean downward like that? Yeah, that's how she was holding the knife. Like,
totally.
Even after the lady
oh yeah, jerking that knife off there, Donut.
was shot, the female officer still standing back there like fucking Will Ferrell and Talladega Nights.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
Lord have mercy. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments below.
So that was probably the most incompetent female police officer I've seen in a while. Nobody had to die. Even if it was suicide by cop, nobody had to die. But she was just duh, duh, duh. Now you see why I wouldn't want to be around a ponytail police officer. Yeah, they will be dazed and confused about what's actually going on. Knives are regulated, though. That is correct. I am aware of the knife laws in my state. I own one myself. It's not a big one. It's not like a machete or whatnot. But I understand when and where to use them, and when not to use one. It is sad I can't go around with my kukris. The boo. Anyway, so that's the end of the first video of the night. Let's go on to the next one.
I got people.
So, if you don't know who Good Luck America is, he talks about a lot of just incompetent police in general. Though my personal favorite videos of him are him ripping on female police officers. Okay, first drink of the night done. I'm gonna wait like 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I'm gonna have plenty of water in the meantime. Let's get started. So, she was lost in thoughts of Chad. Doesn't surprise me. Bitches and their crushes on the bad boy. Never ceases to amaze me. Technically, I also wear my knife for culture reasons, because in old Celtic culture, every man is supposed to have a dirk or a knife. Yeah, I'm familiar with what dirks are. And also, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even know that. So, This one is going to be a bit more graphic than the previous one. I mean, police body cam footage, but no doubt Good Luck America has done some censoring on his behalf, or if not, then probably the video that he's playing for us tonight is somewhat censored. But this video is titled Lakewood Church blaming coward female cop hides while kid is blamed. Stop blindly backing the blue. That's something else too. If we go back to the previous video, she was acting in cowardice. Like she was even after the male cop told her to pull out the taser, she didn't do it. She didn't pull out the damn taser, and nobody would have died. I have a feeling this is going to be something similar. Also, if you ask me, I think the majority of males are, they're not cowards. I think the majority of women are, though. I do believe that. Correct. Satanor says, correct, or another blade. I wear a camping knife around all the time. I just pull a hoodie or put a coat on that covers my belt. Gotcha.
People? Well, more footage from the blue line that everybody wants to blindly protect and always only say good things, because if you say bad things, you must hate police, you must be Antifa, and you're not a good person unless you blindly support our tyrannical, unethical, worthless blue line.
Yeah, that's something else too. I'm probably going to be bringing up a lot of the unethical shit that the police does these days. Considering on the part of female officers, they tend to do a lot of stuff that violates, the non-aggression principle, because they don't know how to deal with amygdala spikes, or they weren't taught.
There's a female ponytail police hiding while kids are getting shot at Lakewood Church shooting.
So, because this is a mass shooting event, obviously, lethal force is indeed authorized. You should not be scared to go in there. You absolutely should not be scared to try to pursue this guy at all costs. But what does the female officer do? Well, according to the title, she's a fucking coward. Bitch, that guy lost his right to life as soon as he opened fire on that church. He lost his right to life. You should have no reserves whatsoever about not killing this guy. It's okay. It's okay for you to kill that guy. He forfeited his right to life. There are certain instances where, somebody will forfeit their right to life. Home invasions, something like this. There's a few other situations that they're not coming to the top of my head right now, but I'm sure you guys could list something out. Let's see. Chronic stream is starting in 8 minutes. Damn.
So, as this transgender person is shooting and killing innocent people, the police, this woman ponytail police, who gets paid to do a job.
Hold on one goddamn second. I think I've actually heard of this. I think I even have a meme of this. Oh wait, no. That's a different one, but shit. Doesn't surprise me that the shooter was a tranny. FBI seems to love arming those faggots a lot.
Hides in the corner. She has a gun. No one else can have a gun at the school because the police will protect you. Meanwhile, she hides while kids are being shot. A little earning the hate. Welcome to another episode of Earning the Hate.
Earning the hate. That's funny.
So here's how it plays out. Notice how she doesn't try to return fire. She doesn't try to draw fire to save the children. Doesn't try to engage the suspect, even though she has a gun and a bulletproof vest and government protections from being sued or held accountable for her tyrannical behavior. All those things still manages to hide.
Look, I understand, I don't think anybody just wants to run in there. However, and I understand the need to be tactical, but this is not tactical. This is cowardice. This is fucking cowardice. Like, I've never seen a greater instance of cowardice in my life than what I'm seeing right now. This is fucking pitiful. This is really pitiful. This woman should not be a cop. She should be a crossing guard at best.
Liquid Richard, liquid Richard.
This is not a tactical position. Go right over there at that wall. That's a better tactical position. Because you're also going to be in communication with the other officers during this. That's a reasonable assumption one can make. Noctis says, surprised there's no groups that are tired of this shit and go in regardless of police. And AC says, they should issue suppressors on law enforcement issued guns. Oh boy. A little bit of a slippery slope there, but I can understand. It's certainly helpful in situations like this. Absolutely. I guess we're going to have to go through the growing pains. Says Noctis.
She keeps switching hands. This is known as a panic or indecisiveness when you're not trained well and you don't practice because you have a ponytail and you can't be required. Otherwise, you'll be called sexist for making...
DEI, once again, can't train the women properly on how to use a gun. Can't do that. That's sexist.
The standard's too tough. So you just give anybody a gun and you don't train.
Are my comments showing up a little orange? Yeah, they are. I'm also commentating at the same time. Let's see. Female cop versus my dad. Who wins? Your dad, for sure. Your dad, absolutely. I believe some people have gone into shootings. However, I think they may have been charged after the incident. You should be willing to charge out of cover to stop somebody from killing children. I agree, Adeptus. I agree.
Train them. And then you say they're in the blue line and you can't talk about them or say that they're bad. Otherwise, you hate all police and you're a bad guy. So her training, it's not that cops training sucks. It's that there's no enforcement to follow your training. I can train you for 20 years. But if you don't follow the training and I don't do anything to enforce that you're failing to follow your training, what's the purpose of the training?
You killed my son!
So it sounded like a parent was saying you killed my son. So there's a parent out there trying to engage the shooter, but the blue line is...
The blue stain. When parents are showing more courage than a fucking police officer, you know things are fucking bad. You just know it. It reminds me of the whole Uvalde case. You had parents who were ready to just go in there and take this motherfucker out. However, it's the police have to take care of it. They weren't doing jack shit. If you remember that case, the police weren't doing jack fucking shit. Probably just munching on some fucking donuts and probably arresting some guy for smoking weed behind the school. My apologies, I got a little furious there, but shit like this really does piss me off, because we expect a police officer to have courage. Like, that is a trait that is good for the job. Nope. Not the ponytail police officers. That's actually where I got that term from. Ponytail police officer. I got it from him. Nope. Not me. I can't be out there in the line of fire. I just want to console somebody. I just want to console a 15-year-old for smoking pot and give him a slap on the wrist. Boo-hoo. But hey, that's not your job. This is also part of your job. So, you've already actively stopped parents from going in. That is also true. I think he was a National Guard member. Yeah, it was the National Guard that took that fucker out.
Hiding with her gun, not firing around, being safe, protecting herself, because the blue line is always more important than unarmed children being shot. Switching hands. I don't even know which hand she uses. She keeps switching.
She's switching hands the same way Cyrax switches hands when he's jerking off.
This is just nervous. I don't know what to do. I'll do something. After the suspect is shot, you'll notice she's very engaged on telling other people what they should and shouldn't do. But
yeah, typical woman behavior.
When she should be acting, she's hiding.
Stand down! Have a bomb! Have a fucking bomb!
Which hand? Anybody?
I'd say, put your back against the wall and then do a little peeking. That can actually be tactical, but you should also be in communication with the other officers at all times in a situation like this. Why are they not doing that? I have no fucking clue.
I know if she's left or right-handed. This is panic, fearful, scared, lack of muscle memory. When you're not prepared for crisis, this is what you do. Now, 99% of the other time, she's out there writing tickets and treating people like crap and yelling at them and telling them how powerful she is and how great she is because she's the blue line. But when the butter meets the bread, this is what you get.
Stay calm, all I need is help!
Pure fucking incompetence. This is what happens when you are so focused on diversity, inclusion, and equity that you forget that there's an actual job that you have to do. And even in 4 minutes, like almost 5 minutes in, let's see, we're gonna scroll through this. Oh my god. Around like 8 minutes. That's when she finally gets out of her little fucking corner.
I got one female shooting rifle. I'm pinned down against the wall corner.
So while she's hiding and talking on the radio, she'll probably get an award saying how brave she was to, even during the height of a shooting, when bullets were flying, she was still able to keep it together and get on the radio and talk about shit that doesn't matter because kids are getting shot and she's doing nothing.
That's
but she did a good job talking on the radio. Back the blue.
What she's doing right here is such an easy fucking job. But it's also not really part of your job. Your job is to not be a fucking coward.
I ran out to shoot on the west side, 3700.
Which hand is she going to hold the gun in? She's not even prepared to shoot.
She's juggling that gun like somebody would with like a bunch of fucking balls. But that's not how you use a gun.
So, I know.
Almighty Dreamy Bull, protect me from these flying piece of lead. Amen. Sergeant Mike Hurd before rushing in to eliminate the shooter being injured. Mike Hurd. Loving like TV.
No, there'll be some blue line idiots here saying how tough this is. And I have to say this because they'll just come here and freaking talk shit thinking that was never a cop, never carried a gun. 30 years as a cop, people.
Yeah, I actually forgot to mention that. Good Luck America, like he said, 30 plus years of being a cop. He understands what's going on.
I'm speaking from experience, and I'm telling you, this is absolutely cowardness. This is back to blue, Uvalde too. We saw what the cops did in Uvalde. We see it every day. But you know what we also see is when they have the numbers and when good citizens don't fight back, they abuse their power, they tase, they attack, they treat them like shit. I'm telling you, our cops are out of control, especially in Texas.
I need help.
Somebody's yelling, I need help. Still getting shot. Meanwhile, this coward blue-yellow stained line hides, getting paid by taxpayers, running around the rest of the year talking about how dangerous the job is and how wonderful heroes they are because it's such a dangerous job. And when it gets dangerous, they hide. Like the
fucking cowards. And once again, I don't want my tax dollars going to fucking coward police. That's it's a waste of my fucking tax dollars. Let's see. Adeptus says, we need corpo security guards. If people die and they didn't do anything, they get sued to oblivion. Pay for protection. Yeah, I mean, you got a point there, Adeptus. I mean, there's a reason why people don't mess with Jack Doherty, even though the guy's a fucking douchebag degenerate. Because he knows, private security fucking works.
coward bullies they are. Just so you know, there's other cops on scene, so she's not alone. Because somebody's going to come here, Rick, you're picking on the poor woman. She was by herself. I don't even care if she's alone. She's got a gun and a vest. She is 1,000 times more able to confront an armed person than unarmed children. And her decision is to hide.
That's something that is just like, what can an unarmed child do in this situation? Like, serious question. What can an unarmed child do in a situation like this compared to the bitch with a gun and a vest? Does this bitch think like, bulletproof vests are, just the bullet's still gonna go through? She's more retarded than I am, if that's the case.
And she will be praised for it.
This is fucking infuriating.
Stop shooting! Put the weapon down!
Suspect saying she got a bomb?
Put the weapon down! That's a bomb!
I don't think anything happened to the people at Uvalde except the chief got fired. Oh, the whole fucking police department should have been fired. Replaced with new people. Like, cops are just not held accountable. Like, they get held accountable for things that, the whole fentanyl Floyd incident. I mean, that wasn't murder. They get held accountable for bullshit like that, but not for actual fucking tragedy that they basically let happen.
Put the weapon down! The bomb is not going!
Gotta hide. Not protect me. That'd be a coward.
Blue!
So blue means the blue line. I'm the blue, don't shoot. So all the criminals out there now know that if you don't want the cops to shoot you, just yell blue.
Oh, that'll work.
Perfect.
Oh,
Blue.
Oh, look, she's got a nice tattoo. Oh.
I swear, bitches with tattoos, they think they're the toughest people on the planet, and then they go up against like some guy who has a modicum of understanding of how to fight. It's fucking over. That's another reason why you don't date bitches with tattoos. They think they're tough shit, and until they actually get hit.
Oh, she's really tough. Because I heard those tattoos hurt. Damn.
Oh, the needle.
Look how close she was to the shooter. She could have come around that corner and engaged, and she hid. And then after the other cops, probably the male cop.
Do you also want to know what's tactical here? I mean, we see the door. There's plenty of cover around this area. I know that this hallway is pretty wide, but you see that door right there? Like, that probably a little bit of a hallway. Could go for cover there. The whole point is that you know, when you get to cover, the whole point is you eventually want to leave, because then that becomes a disadvantageous position. I probably said that word wrong, but you get my point.
Cops shot and killed her. She runs out with her tattoo.
Hey, we need a medic! We need a medic immediately!
I want you to notice that the bald-headed dude, that the testosterone guys that I'm always talking about that are out of control, when you need action, they're acting. Notice he doesn't even have a vest on. He's in a suit. Probably a detective or plain clothes. He's engaged. He's out in the open. When he tries to walk up and take the gun, Miss Coward hiding tattoo woman tells him, "Don't go up. She may have a bomb."
The guy with the suit has more courage than this bitch does. Than this bitch with the vest.
Dude, this guy, never get in front of a female cop with a gun. You'll get your ass shot in the back. So I'm assuming now she's right-handed because she's got her gun in her right hand. Oh, look, another ponytail police. Oh, both of them behind the male. That's odd.
Hold on, watch out.
Might be a bomb. Who has that radio?
I can see that she's down. I need a medic. I have one male conscious and breathing. He got shot in the head. I need.
So she's on the phone. Somebody got shot in the head. I need a medic. So for people that aren't cops, medic's not going to come in here. She's not even thinking. They've got a shooting. Medics on their way. They're staging. But medics don't come in unless the thing is secure. So until they say, send the medics in, and until they get her handcuffed and the gun away from her, medics ain't coming in. But the strong, empowered female with tattoos who hid is on the radio, taking action, showing her empoweredness. So she'll be promoted next.
Medics.
Fucking donut munchers. No wonder why, there's also a growing dislike of police on the right. It's shit like this and the Uvalde situation. And many more to come. It's unfortunate.
There's 2 to 3 shell casings. I thought she had 12 casings. Just one shooter?
Yeah, I just seen one. She just came in.
So now the suspect's down and not shooting? Man, she's Johnny on a spot. Wow.
You okay? Y'all been shot?
So we got a kid who's been shot in the head. They just dragged off. And they're asking each other if they're okay. Y'all okay? Wow.
Oh my god. Oh my god, are you okay? Oh my god. Like, that is bitch behavior right there. If they were like all like male cops, they'd be asking this like that question over the intercom. It's like, everything all good? Like, they wouldn't be saying, "Oh, are you okay?" They'd be saying, are you in a good position? Is everything all good on your front?" Something like that. They wouldn't be doing that. "Oh, are you okay? Oh."
Hold on, she got a fucking bomb. That's the problem. I already called EMS. I need EMS ASAP.
Notice how the women are way in the back and the bald-headed guy is up front, the meaty, the testosterone dude.
You have a kid, tell him.
Yeah, I already did. What's the fucking address over here? Fuck. Simmons Way.
Without this camera, this woman would be telling stories for days about how crazy it was, and she was right next to the shooter, and we had to engage, and I was giving instructions. I'm the one that called the medic. That this will be her story.
I need him at 3700 Simmons Lane side. Adrian, stay back.
I'm hiding in a corner while you guys are engaging and you shoot the suspect, and I hid. But now that the suspect isn't a threat, now I'm going to start telling you what to do and what you shouldn't do.
This is also classic bitch behavior. Like, you're not the one who's doing all the work, and yet you're giving all the demands, not the guy who actually shot the suspect. Why? You should have been on fucking standby. That's what you should have been doing. Stand by, but tactfully moving around the place. You hear the gunshot, you take a look, find another place for cover. Good fucking Lord. This bitch has no right just demanding people to follow her orders. Especially when there's other people who actually have, been more courageous than she's been.
Typical ponytail police. Y'all can go watch the rest of the video. I shared it on my Twitter, Horsey Guy at Twitter, HORSYGUY. If you want to go watch the full video, you can watch it on my Twitter.
Alrighty, so that's basically the end of that video. I'm gonna get me some more booze. It's around that time. I won't be long. I'm gonna get the next video ready. Oh my fucking Lord. That was rage-inducing right there. Okay, now it's been a little bit since I last seen this one. This happened, made this video 6 months ago, so it's a bit of an older case. Noctis says, shame, I usually like ponytail tomboys. Me too, Noctis, me too. However, she's not conducive to being a good cop. Anyways, this one's gonna be a little bit longer. More incompetent ponytail police endangering the public and saved by a man.
Oh, hey, go people. Man, I'll tell you, I do not miss dealing with these incompetent females, these quota hires that are hired because of every other reason except their abilities. This woman is totally incompetent, and she is an exact representation of 90%, probably 95% of all women in law enforcement. And it's just ridiculous that people embrace this diversity, this equity, this wokeism. Remember, this woman rides around giving tickets, getting paid the same as a guy, and can't do the job. Only puts the public in danger. She's lucky the guy didn't get her gun and kill everybody. She's lucky a man with no training stopped and saved her.
That's just fucking embarrassing right there. The fact that you need a member of the public to help you do your job that you got hired to do. Fucking hell, man. I have no faith in the police departments that, like these days. I have no fucking faith in them. Especially the female cops, because they're going to be the ones who panic first and do so many unnecessary things. This is one of them. Being a fucking coward is unnecessary because part of the job is that you are not a coward.
So this guy's in a domestic, it sounds like, with a woman, and then stole her SUV. They had an argument. They're not saying it's domestic. I think it is. The woman stated her and the man who stole the SUV got in an argument shortly before. Officers began searching for the vehicle, and then the officer located the vehicle. And he was driving erratically. All right, so I'm going to bump it up here. I think this is the car right here. It's coming up on the left. There it is. And audio will start in a minute. She gets behind it. This guy's really driving dangerous. She should have took him out very early. Right here, he's trying to ram somebody. This is an immediate takeout. She needs to...
That's also escalating things to lethal force on behalf of the driver. And so, guess what you're allowed to do, bitch? You're allowed to pull out your taser. Even if he is a little resistant to it, it could be one of those stronger guys where a taser might not have worked entirely. But like Night Llama said, you have to stop the dude that went 1 mile per hour over the speed limit. That's more important than the guy who's about to fucking ram into somebody else.
Pit him and take him out. And she said pit training because she's one of the state troopers. Ooh, she's one of those guys.
Ooh, fancy title there. Not like state troopers are just like every other asshole cop.
That drive around on the highway and give tickets. Those guys are good. So, right here, she should have pitted him. He's endangering the public, driving erratically.
Probably
he needs to be off the road. Right here, again.
Idea, retail rant videos. I don't know who Retail Rant is, U11 Uprising, but how you doing? How you doing? I'm just getting pissed off at the incompetence of female police officers.
Heading head on to people, those are all things that justify a pit very easily.
10-4 in my location, I'm going...
So I want you to listen to her talk, because all she can do is get on the radio and blah, 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 and I don't know, and maybe I should, and could you, and nobody can... I can just imagine everybody... You wonder why it took so long for people to get to her? Everybody's like, you know what, I'm not going to this. It's going to be another shit sandwich. I'm going to have to clean it up. She's going to... Let her deal with it. She's getting...
Did she really just make it worse? Yeah, she's gonna make the whole situation worse. Once again, the person who actually saves the day in this is a member of the public.
Paige, she always wants to tell us how great she is. Let her deal with it. And now she's just screaming for help.
Gonna be going south on 63. We're almost to I-25. If somebody can set up some spikes right there. He's on the opposite lane.
Yeah, because people can just magically...
It's basically discussing issues working in retail, customers, managers, work schedules. You can even have videos of Karens, despite it being an issue from 2020. Maybe I might do something like that. There's always some fun to be had in ripping on assholes, being assholes to retail employees. But I think a bystander wasn't necessarily a bystander. I think it was somebody involved in this, but yeah, basically he had to save the day. But as I was saying to you, U11 Uprising, I think next week is going to be returning to some repeat offenders on the channel. So it's like people like Ethan is online, a few other people. I just got to think of who I'd want to roast again.
Show up and set up spike strips. It takes them almost 10 to 15 minutes just to get a second officer to her. And they drive around the same area, and she's talking like somebody's standing around waiting for her to call for spike strips.
Lane of travel right now. He is all over the roadway.
He's endangering the public. He tried to ram 2 people. Deadly force is almost authorized on this guy. It probably is authorized, because the cops don't get held accountable anyway.
Yeah, at the 307.
To the interstate from 623 south on the 95 area, 10-3.
Yeah, 10-4.
Lovely scenery, though. That's one thing about this video, unlike the other one. There is some actual good scenery in this one, so I can't get too pissed off here.
We're coming up to the 307.
I'm an
Anytime
aesthetics junkie.
a cop answers, yeah, 10-4, they're used.
Night Llama says, my grandma drives faster. Oh, man, that probably is the case. I don't know why she's driving so unusually slow. You are authorized to be faster than, what mile per hour that guy is driving at in a situation like this. Why is her brain kind of, mixing up cop mode and pedestrian mode?
Usually inexperience. 10-4 is one of those things that you say as a feeler because you're trying to think on what to say next. It's an unnecessary word. Nobody cares. Just, if you're going to say yeah, say yeah. If you're going to say 10-4, then say 10-4. But yeah, 10-4, it's, I know people are going to say, you're going to be picky, but it's just a real sign of it. This woman's probably never been in a pursuit, never pitted anybody, been running around her whole career telling everybody how great she is. And
7. I'll let you know if he goes north or south.
So she's calling for a spike strip, and she don't even know which way he's going to go when she hits this road. I don't even think he gets there. I think he makes a U-turn.
114, I'm headed back that way. I was at the 314. Let me know which way they go.
He's going down Caballo Lane, and he's turning around. He's trying to... He's trying...
Oh, he ends up hitting the patrol car. Oh, my God. Why didn't you just do something earlier? Then that wouldn't have happened.
Trying to ram me off.
Oh, he's trying to ram me. Oh, he turned. What? If you were following him and you didn't let him get behind you, and you followed him and stayed behind him so you could pit him and do your damn job, maybe he wouldn't be behind you ramming you. Rick, why? Maybe she wants to get rammed from behind. Whatever.
Off the road. He just crashed me.
Maybe she wants to get rammed from behind. That's probably what she's thinking of right now. I mean, then again, I don't think police chat is really a thing anymore.
He just crashed me.
He's trying to get me to pull over.
So when he's ramming the car, she's actually going faster than what she's driving at. And in a situation like this, you don't need to give a shit about the speed limit, right, Copper? Right, Donut Muncher?
Trying to get me to pull. Are you kidding me? I mean, is this freaking a cartoon, Looney Tunes? The cop's chasing a bad guy. The bad guy gets behind her, and he's trying to get her to pull over. And she's running from him. In a police car. Getting paid. Has limited immunity.
Ram me. That's it.
Audit the Audit YouTube channel has a lot of incompetent police officers. Gotcha. I think I might have heard of that guy too. I couldn't really find anything too relevant for tonight's stream, considering this is about female police officer incompetence, and there's a whole boatload of that. I bet there is some stuff on it. Yeah, who knows? Might do a bonus segment. Probably look through his channel.
So now she's running from him. Perfect.
Am I right?
Vehicle just ran you. Let's take a better image.
10-4. He's right behind me. He just rammed me. He pulled off to the side of the road. He is turning around now.
So I think this is the truck that might stop and help her.
He's Santa Fe Regional. No, I think he's going to try to go back to the house. He's driving all over the road.
So now she's a mind reader. He's going to go back to the house. He's just driving erratically. I mean, he's being stupid. He's trying to ram people. Obviously, I mean, I knew right here the guy was either crazy or on drugs or both.
Idiots.
Which is why she should have pitted him and took his car out. But she's scared.
Oh,
she's weak.
Scared.
Oh, and she's pregnant.
Wait, what? What? No. Ugh, fucking hell. Why is she doing this job if she's fucking pregnant? That makes no goddamn sense.
And she has tattoos.
Of course. Yeah, that kid's gonna come out a little funny. In case you don't know, yeah, tattoo ink can actually, you know, create a little bit of problems when it comes, especially when it comes to the woman having tattoos. Like, you know, there's a lot of chemicals in that shit these days to make it stay permanent.
Why does that matter?
Well,
tattoos are so stunning and great.
146 Income, my current 20. I'm passing Caballo Lane. I'm going back north on 63. We're coming up on the 1 mile marker. He's in the opposite lane of travel right now. Should I try to
go faster?
I think I'm gonna pit him because he's
really faster.
She doesn't want to pit him because she's scared on what she's gonna have to do if she stops him.
A fucking police car can actually properly ram something. Does she not know that? Oh my god, that's retarded. She is retarded.
She doesn't want him to stop. Look how far back she is. She's not trying to pit. She's not trying to protect the public. She's protecting her weak-ass self.
Opposite lane.
Self-preservation is a damn strong thing. Like, that instinct in a woman especially becomes a lot more prevalent when she's pregnant. Perhaps she should not be on the job while pregnant, because it is going to impact how you perform on the job. You have a baby growing inside of you. Does it not concern that it's like, oh, you also want to protect the life of your unborn baby?
Are there any units closer to me so I can pit him and we can contain the vehicle?
Oh, so if there's other units close, then I'll pit him. She wouldn't pit him if there's... When another unit shows up, it would have took over the pursuit like they do every time. She's scared. Worthless.
In opposite lane of travel right now. Yeah, he's putting other people in danger.
You're the one who's allowing this shit to go on for as long as it has been. You could have rammed him and it would have been all over with. You could have arrested him and things would be okay. You wouldn't have the fucking road runner on the road if you did your goddamn fucking job. Ooh, boy, I need to use
Don't ever pit. 100 duplex, you can go ahead and pit.
Look how far back she is. I mean, ideally, most pursuits...
She needs to be way fucking closer.
It should probably be this way so you don't... But this guy is trying to kill people and ram them. And she's going to let him. Because she's not going to get involved. You think she's protecting the public? Do you think she's helping the situation or making it worse? If you say...
It's making it worse. I said my reasons as to why she's making it worse, but she just is.
She's helping, you're crazy. She's calling out the location. She may get a man cop there. Is that what we're going to pay female cops to do? Just drive around and call in shit. And you can get paid the same as the cops. That's what we'll do.
10-4, looks like he's going to try... He's slowing down. He's going to take Old Denver Highway.
He's already passed the road.
10-4, he's not going to take Old Denver Highway. He has a tire iron.
Ram into him!
He has a tire
Ram
iron.
into him!
Listen to her. Just
ram!
All she
ram,
can do
ram,
is talk
ram.
and run her mouth. She does it when she gets out of the car. Ineffective, but tying up the radio and running her mouth.
Bellini, stop.
Yay!
Wow,
ram!
that was a really tough ram.
Come on. That was barely anything. That was barely any impact. I mean, also, we have a cyclist on the road, too. I don't really like cyclists all that much. But who knows? Maybe he might be the hero in this story. Night Llama says, I drive faster with the 2009 Ford Fiesta with 85 horses.
Man, that really shook him up.
Old Denver Highway. He has a tire iron.
Pretty aggressive.
Oh my god, it hits a... Okay, I do feel bad for the cyclist here. Like, actually got hit by this fucking car. That wouldn't have happened if Miss Ponytail actually did her fucking job.
I think her brakes got hot and she couldn't stop. I don't even think she meant to do it.
Bellini, stop. 146 Income. There's a biker. No, he just...
Oh my
Okay, never
God,
mind.
you kidding me?
Biker's
She's
alive.
got the radio key. This is on the radio. This is on the radio. She's...
146 income. There's a biker. No, he just.
Okay. I don't recall. This is like the first body cam footage I've seen with some bitch just like gasping. I've never seen that before. God damn. Night Llama says, that life is on your hands, lady. You know, they are public servants after all, the police, supposedly, when they're not being tyrannical assholes trying to kill young men.
So in the middle pursuit, instead of dealing with the dangerous guy, her job is to stop and yell at somebody not involved and suddenly give them the awareness tip of the week that this guy's dangerous to get off the road. She's keeping you safe. If the guy had a gun, she'd probably say, give me your gun so it'll keep you safe.
Get off the road. Kate, get off the road.
Get off the road. She got to yell at somebody. So she'll yell at the guy that almost got ran over by the guy that she could have stopped 10 minutes ago, and
What?
she's too scared.
He's dangerous. Get off.
He's dangerous.
She's wasting time here. The guy fucking knows that. Like, look, as much as I don't like cyclists, I don't think this guy's retarded like the fucking ponytail police that we're watching right now.
The road.
Get off the road.
Get off the road. Kate, get off the road. He's dangerous. Get off the road.
Gee, I didn't figure that out.
And he already zoomed away. That time actually could have been used to get up to his speed level.
Tried to run me over on a bike. I thought he was trying to make friends. I thought he wanted to take me out on a date and buy me dinner. Thanks, officer friendly incompetent.
146 income.
My name is Ranger McFriendly.
He is still driving down 63. We're going towards into Pecos. He attempted to hit a person.
This is fucking pain. I've never wanted to use the backhand pimp slap this much before. I agree.
On a bike. 146 income. There are more people on the bikes. I'm gonna hit him. Head on. 146 income. He's still going. He's crashing my vehicle intentionally as well.
He's crashing my vehicle. Well, okay. I guess.
Oh, right. The vehicle that actually can actually be crashed without much problems.
Whatever.
Right.
We're here at the 2. He's on foot.
Hey, don't crush the
He's
grass
on foot.
while you're at it.
I'm not chasing him. I'm just going to sit on the radio and scream into it.
146 income. He's running at me. Stop!
Stop! That's fucking, like, oh my god. Like, why do female cops do this? It's like, stop! I'm a police officer, stop! When you're, like, do you want to know what most coppers would do? At least back in the day, before their reputation got, like, completely destroyed? They would not do shit like that. They would not pussy out like that. They would actually get out in the car and, you know, fucking tase a bastard.
So I'll yell at him.
I'm gonna fucking tase you, dude. Stop.
I wonder what's in that hat, because that hat breaks the windshield.
Stop.
This breaks it?
Stop. Stop.
We got Walter White over here trying to, you know, be a fucking crazed loon. You know, just, you're just trying to provoke her, basically.
Man, is that his hand breaking that windshield?
No, that's not his hand.
I thought he had something metal in his head. That looks like a hat.
I don't think
What
that's
broke that windshield?
Wham!
What's in his hand? So she's backing away running because she's scared. Never got out of the car. Raise your hand if you think...
That would have been perfectly justifiable to go out there and to fucking beat the tar out of him. But nope, can't do that. Too scared. Self-preservation instincts have basically taken over this one. Perhaps she should not be working while pregnant. Ever think about that?
a guy would have got out of the car and went freaking habeas gravis on this dude in about 2 seconds. Of course he would have. Rick, she's just as good and you just don't like women. I don't like paying incompetent idiots and telling them they're great and giving them participation trophies and making everyone else have to do their job while they get paid and watch. That's what I don't like. Okay, right here, at this point, if I'm in a car and chasing dude, he's done all this, I'm not letting him get back in the car. I'm probably going to run him over right here.
Good.
Is deadly force authorized?
Yes.
Probably. It's not a good case. I would...
Yes, deadly force. This looks like Texas, so and considering we're talking about the cops here, deadly force is probably authorized.
Be running him over to kind of kill him, but it's still deadly force. I would just want to mess him up so he wouldn't want to run or get out, so I could get out and jump on his ass. This guy gets out and saves the day because this girl would have stayed.
All women begin the Cyrax turkey call whenever they don't have to tackle a teenager. Yeah, perhaps all women cops should be working at the Akron Police Department for Cyrax only. But then again, the problem is with the goblin, he'd probably get a hard on him and just like, yeah, and just start stroking it in front of her if she's hot enough. Jokes aside, it's like clearly this bitch is unprepared for the job that she has to do. And also the fact that she's pregnant doesn't help with that case either.
Stayed in her car forever and screamed on the radio.
Stop! Stop!
As usual. Oh, New Mexico State Police.
Oh, New Mexico. Okay, yeah. I thought this was Texas, but now that we know it's New Mexico, that's a little different. Now, I don't know the New Mexico laws for lethal force. If it was Texas, it's like, oh, absolutely, lethal force is certainly authorized here. In New Mexico, I'm not sure if that's the case.
Ooh, those guys are good. They give out a lot of tickets. They're good.
They give out a lot of tickets. Oh yeah,
speed.
watch this one
blinding speed
wobble around. Also, the Good Samaritan here. That's like this. The guy in the truck. That's the hero in this story. That's the hero right there.
So luckily this guy gets out here. She's got her taser in her hand, which without the guy, he'd have took that away and tased her ass and took her gun.
Don't let him get in! Stop!
Nice tattoo. Oh, Rick, why are you picking on her tattoo?
The fucking tattoo. Like I said with the previous one, bitches be thinking that, that's the thing, bitches be thinking that tattoos make them strong and powerful. So, there's actually like a, I think there's like a mom that goes to the jiu-jitsu place I go to. To my knowledge, she's actually pretty good. That's an actual strong woman right there. Not a ponytail police officer.
Tattoo. I'm just saying it's a nice tattoo. Maybe both sleeves. I thought she had some on the other arm too.
Stop! Don't fucking do it!
Don't fucking do it! This guy, this fucking Chad right here is the hero of the story. He knows jiu-jitsu! He knows jiu-jitsu! He has him in a back mount in a guillotine position. Fucking cool, dude! I love being affirmed about what I'm learning is actually good and useful for most situations. Yeah, choke that guy out.
Now she's going to start yelling and making it worse. Worst thing you can do to a guy is to have a woman screaming in his freaking ear.
That's true. I really don't like it when bitches are screaming in my ear. Whether it's my professors or just like, you know, like in general. I don't like it when bitches yell in my ear. That's not your fucking job, bitch.
And here she is. Incompetent, and there's nothing going to scream. Lucky this guy has some ground fighting. He puts him in a bar pretty quick.
Cut it out.
Thank you.
Cut it out.
Stop.
Jiu-jitsu! Jiu-jitsu! Yeah! Hell yeah! Jiu-jitsu!
She can't get the handcuffs on.
He's trying to...
The the beta female stops the alpha from choking the beta male. In this situation, the female beta, the copper, is not a good copper at all.
Stop!
So I'll just yell at him like I yelled on the radio. Totally ineffective.
No, he's trying to grab my gun.
He's trying to grab my gun.
So in this situation, I would actually try to put him in a triangle position. I don't know why the Chad isn't doing that, because once he gets into a triangle choke, yeah, it's kind of over for someone like that. You gotta start using your legs, man. Your legs, in terms of jujitsu, your legs can also be a lethal fucking weapon. And the chicks love it when I tell them that.
You got one hand on a handcuff, and he's got his other hand. How's he grabbing her gun?
Trying to grab my gun.
Get the other cuff. Get the other cuff.
So the guy's got to tell her, get the other cuff, because she's too busy explaining and screaming and the poor bike and get off the road and I got to keep you safe and oh my...
Hold on, I'll be right back, all right? Shmup soundtracks are awesome, aren't they? Anyways, let's get back to the show. Actually, a little bit beforehand. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm just gonna get me some more booze, if that's all right. Oh wait, I'll wait a little bit. My apologies, I was gonna just get drunk here. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
Oh my god, he's trying to grab my gun. Stop! Stop! I'll tase you. Shut the fuck up. Oh, she's really good at
Also,
talking,
I'm gonna
huh?
put
You motherfucker.
Oh, so now I'll cuss at him. Ooh, that'll help. Wow, I'll just stand up because I don't want to skin my knees. And then I'll pull out the pregnant card in a minute.
I'm gonna fucking tase you.
I'm gonna fucking tase you. Lots of threats. Oh, that sounds tough. She's scary. That jumps on an armbar pretty good.
I got him. He's here. I got him. He's here.
I'm gonna fucking...
Oh, yep. Okay, this guy knows jujitsu. I
don't know if that's a really good armbar, but it looks like it's held him down pretty good.
Get the fuck out. He's there. Cut it out.
His legs aren't in the right position. His right leg should be by, right on his fucking neck. And the other arm should also be on this arm too. The intent is to break his fucking arm. That is what you should be doing. And by the way, you in a case like this, you will be protected under Good Samaritan laws.
What's your...
Oh, he hooked his arm. See, this guy's got some ground fighting. Nice arm hook there.
Mm-hmm.
With a leg.
Okay, finally.
Stop resisting.
Okay, good. Good. You scooted yourself over. Though, in general, you always want to be in that position if you're doing a move like that.
Is this guy an LA fan? I thought I saw LA Lakers on his thing. What's that on his pants?
Lakers. Yep.
Just let me go.
No. You don't let a fucker like that go.
Get it out.
Trent.
So she cuffs him in the front, which is a no-no for several reasons. Sometimes you may have to do that, but...
Well, actually, we'll listen to him. My apologies. Good luck, America. Let's
now, she doesn't have control. Without this guy, he can get that around her neck and choke her. When the hands are in front, you kind of help him and give him a weapon. Now he can hit you with his wrists, which have metal things on it, and he can choke you. But I guess when you're incompetent, anything is good.
Also, if you are in that position, you might not want to do that, because if you do strike him, that actually gives the Good Samaritan every single fucking reason to break your arm and cause you even more pain. If a bone gets broken, don't expect the guy who had his bone broken to put up a fight. Night Llama says, has he taken him down like 3 times? How has she not gotten the cuffs on yet? Female police officer, pregnant, or whatever.
She'll be praised. She'll be getting an award. A man was violent, etc., and she saved a citizen who was fighting with him on the road, and she was able to get him in the handcuffs and get back up and take him into custody. Through her great service, she's going to be promoted to captain and then chief soon. Look in the legs, sure in the legs, good.
Cut it out.
Okay, I can't exactly see where he is on the guy. I mean, in general, it's hard, like, that in that kind of position, it's kind of hard to kick somebody.
She still hasn't got the other cuff on.
Oh my
So now he's got a
God.
weapon with one cuff.
Sorry, fucking bitch. Oh!
I'm a fucking tase you.
So now we're going to stick a taser in his face, ear, and neck. I'm pretty sure
That's
that when you go through
lethal.
taser training,
Kind of.
the head and face is not an authorized target to tase. But
She's basically threatening him to cooperate, which that's not how you do that. You don't use a fucking taser. You use a gun.
she's
Mortician, hey, how's it going? I didn't see your message. If you want to, feel free to DM it to me on Discord or something.
female. So, you know, Rick, she's pregnant. The rules really don't apply. We just have rules for...
The rules don't really apply. Dude, you have way better commentary than I could ever provide on something like this. Knife in the neck. Ooh, brutal. Gotcha. Most bitches are not bloodthirsty like Scurvy, so
white men, and everyone else doesn't have to apply with them.
Stop!
Cut it out.
Stop!
Is it me or does the criminal look Jewish? Look at the schnoz right there. He looks Jewish. Tommy Big Gun says, Tibbs lost his cat. This criminal does not look like Tibbs whatsoever. Tibbs actually has a head of hair. It's a very brutal video. I'm surprised it's on YouTube. Honestly, it's not brutal enough. We've actually did see some more brutal stuff beforehand, but... and then again, I've seen some actual, like, police corruption. The police incompetence isn't really what gets censored on YouTube. Police brutality is what gets censored on YouTube. And I've seen police brutality before on, you know, certain sites like LiveLeak. Oh, man. Especially when the crime is something petty like theft of, like, bubble gum. Have you seen the video? This one? Yeah, I've seen this video from Good Luck America before. You missed out on the previous one, but I do know what happens here. This one isn't particularly brutal. It's a case of a Good Samaritan actually saving the day, and the female police officer is just an incompetent piece of shit who should not be on the job because she's pregnant. Here, I'll reinstall Discord and send you the video. Ooh. Ooh, Tibbs is a Jew? Bro! That explains a lot, man. That explains a lot. Anyways, let's continue.
Tase you. I will.
Man.
He looks like a fucking horse here. Is he like also part British? I bet with teeth like that, he's probably a part Brit.
All those threats are really helping. Wouldn't that scare you into complying?
You're dropping everything.
That's not gonna work.
So this dude's risking his life, injury. He may get hurt, can't go to work. Next week,
gotcha.
He'll be pulled over, given a freaking $200 ticket for his great community service.
Probably. Good to, like, I believe New Mexico is a left-leaning state, unfortunately. And so Good Samaritan, it's way harder to be a Good Samaritan in a blue state than it is in a red state. Scurvy is unfortunately in a, I don't know, I'm kind of in a weird state. I'm in one of those states where it's like, yeah, you know, there's the fucking, you know, rednecks, but also, you know, there's a lot of fucking college students too. It's weird. It's fucking weird. And so Good Samaritan laws can be applied differently in different places. So there's that. Yeah, it's fucking weird. That's what happens when you live in a bluish purple state. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a purple state, but also, like, even the gun owners I do know, they are a bit more on the liberal end, but yeah. Oh, Florida definitely has some weird laws. Not many, but some. Scurvy was actually born there. I mean, and even then, you know, I live in Tropicana, Florida. Yeah, Scurvy lore. Anyways, let's continue.
By the state police.
Stop trying to bite me.
Stop trying to bite me. Keep your damn hands away from his face. You are freaking worthless.
Yeah, I agree. That's fucking retarded. You, like, if you don't want to be bitten, you're not going to have your hand out in a palm. You're going to have it in a fist. That's retarded.
146, I got 1 male detained.
I got 1 male detained. He is not detained.
No, he's not.
You got a guy
even being in an arm lock is not detained, exactly. In jiu-jitsu, if you really want to detain somebody, you'd have the guy in your back mount. Or you'd also have him in a guillotine. That's subdued.
Holding him down and he's still fighting. So when you say I got 1 detained, a lot of officers be like, okay, she's okay, I'll downgrade. No reason for me to drive like a maniac and endanger the public.
We're on 63. The fuck that? At the 2.
You hit this shit.
So she wants to get on the radio and sound like she was effective and she's got him. Wow, she's really good. Everybody's that thing. Wow. She did good. She got out and took a guy down. Notice she didn't mention the guy that did all the work.
Dog, I swear.
Hold up, I need to...
The guy who actually knows a thing or two about jiu-jitsu, probably a white belt like me, but still. You have to be willing to put your life on the line. She wouldn't be able to handle that. Oh, yeah. Dude, you missed out on, like, most of the video here. Like, she was not willing to do that. She had every single fucking opportunity, did not take any of them. Any of them. The reason why I'm not more pissed off than I am, like in the previous video we watched, is because the scenery here is actually nice.
Hold up, I need to tell you.
You're fucked. Shut the fuck up. You guys are fucked.
Hold up.
You guys are fucked. Like no offense, take me to help.
Shut the fuck up.
You shut the...
shut the fuck up.
I'll just yell at him, shut up, because I'm angry and can't do anything else. So when a woman's incompetent...
Amygdala response, that's an amygdala response. She is in panic mode, even though the guy is cuffed and can't do anything.
Can't do anything. She yells, perfect. Let's make her a policeman.
You made that back here.
Yes, thank you.
I told you instead of go out there. Shut up.
Shut up!
I actually, so my jiu-jitsu instructor, he is currently a brown belt. He's almost at black. So he actually, he actually was involved in something similar. Kid was, although far less severe. It was like some kid who just, wouldn't like be arrested. It's like he had to ask the coppers a few times. It's like, do you need my assistance? And they were like, oh, no, but the cop was struggling. And then he asked him again, do you need my assistance? No, the cop was still struggling. Do you need my assistance? Like, I think it was like the 4th or 5th time where the cop finally said yeah, and then just did a submission on the kid. Keep in mind, he's like definitely way older than me. And probably around that time, probably was able to deal with a teenager effectively. I mean, once again, he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I know we've had our, I know AC was like, oh, BJJ, not the most effective against knives, but I think AC is a blue belt. But yeah, by the time you're brown or black, oh yeah, you'll be able to do something about that. You know what the fuck to do when around a knife.
Keep my unit. Punching it. Shut up. I checked him for weapons, man.
Did she say place him in your unit? That's because she don't want to transport him. She's scared of him. I think she said place him in your
Back
unit.
here.
Yes, thank you.
I told you instead of go out there. Shut up.
Shut up. Keep my unit. Punching it. Shut up. I checked him
The sergeant's like, why the fuck is he handcuffed in front?
for weapons, man. Yeah, I'm pregnant. So I need to...
I'm pregnant. Yeah, you shouldn't have been on this case in the first place then. That guy should have been doing this job then. You should be at home trying to actually make sure the kid is going to come out healthy. Oh wait, you already have tattoos, so you kind of hampered that.
I'm pregnant, so I need you. Perfect. Because when I get pregnant, I need everyone else to do my job. But I still want to get paid, and I still want to be out here and show everybody how strong and empowered I am.
Can't even cops have the excessive force BS? That's true, but is it really excessive force if they could get away with it?
Just freaking ridiculous.
I need to guess.
Put your hands up this way. Put your hands above your head. Put your hands above.
I need to guess.
Did this cop just yank her hand away and say, get out of my way? Watch this.
Put your hands up this way.
Move your damn hand.
Put your hands above your
Oh,
head.
damn hand.
Now she'll be filing a complaint later.
I need to...
The officers don't respect me, and I was trying to help, and the mean sergeant pushed my hand away, and it embarrassed me like I didn't know what I was doing, and I want him disciplined. And the sergeant will be called.
I agree, Mortician Stone. The more that I see female cop incompetence, a lot of these bitches should just be staying indoors. If they are going to be cops, they should be like crosswalk people, or just like people who deal with, like a 15-year-old having marijuana on them. That's about it. That's all they're good for. To both Scurvy and Mortician. Alrighty, truth law. Gotcha. Honestly, that's all they're really meant. That's all they're really meant to be fit for. Because even in like marijuana possessions, like the more level-headed male cops, they're able to deal with that too, and they're also able to deal with it faster. It's just I think sometimes some of those kids are like, oh, where's mommy, because they were raised in a single mother household, and so a female police officer can be helpful there, but that's kind of few and far between. Let's be real.
Called in and says, hey man, you got to treat the women, you can't make them feel bad, and we'll spend all this money on this investigation, and the woman will...
I agree, Mortician, 100%. 100%. That's the one time I would actually allow her to use my guns or my knives. Which, I don't have any guns yet. I plan on getting some guns. Probably like 3. I was going to have like 10, but I was like, 10's too much. 3 is okay. But, yeah. Not likely that I'd be away, considering I'd be a librarian. I wouldn't be going on business trips. But yeah, if you are in a job that requires business trips or whatnot, it's like, maybe she should also know how to use a gun and make sure she has a sane head on her shoulders.
Be told, well, you'll get promoted.
Sheffo says, why do these women even work while pregnant? It doesn't make you look badass, it makes you look like a bad mother. I agree, 100%.
Next time, because your feelings were hurt.
Put your hands above your head.
Stop resisting right
So I'm gonna put my hands by
now.
Hands up here.
Up now. You understand?
by his mouth,
Dad.
so
Yes.
can scream.
Well,
Don't
then,
bite.
Leave me alone.
Be quiet.
Still talking.
Oh, Cap.
He yanked her hands underneath him. They were out front. He yanked her underneath him.
I surrendered.
You tried killing that lady.
This pissed me out. No, you hit me. And I spun out of control. Ow! Ow!
It's clearly Russian.
Help me, please, bitch out of here. Ah, I told her back though. Like to take my insulin. But she kept coming.
Kept punching my unit. He has a tire on him, but I can't find it now.
Cause I got flat.
She is just on motor mouth 100, out of control. He's got a tire.
That's also an amygdala, like a high level amygdala response. Like if somebody is kind of just like mouthing a bunch of shit at once, that is a sign that their amygdala is overloaded.
And I gotta go find it. And can we get the guy in custody and you just shut the fuck up? And when we get him in a car, we'll figure out what's going on. Instead of you sitting here running your damn mouth being ineffective. Rick, you can't say that. She's a strong, empowered woman. Hey, this whole video is just kind of...
I wanted to buy
It's gay. I know.
wrist like that.
You're gonna whip around it. You guys are disturbing me. Oh!
Shut up!
Okay, I'll get you here. Don't touch me. You guys are jumping here.
Shut up!
Her mouth is moving more than her hands. I agree, Noctis. I agree.
Notice a guy who's not a cop, who's not trained, secured the legs, locked him down.
You guys are fucking jumping me.
Be quiet, dude. You freaking hit me.
I told her back.
At least don't
But I needed my fucking to kill everybody that was innocent. Me and spun me on the lane.
That was injured.
Oh, she just said, they can take my car and he's not drunk.
What the hell?
I just misunderstood.
he's trying to really get out of there. He's like kicking the fucking thing. He looks gay while doing so. Anyways, that's the end of that video. I will be right back. And I think we're gonna have a bonus segment here because we still have a lot of time on our hands. Anyways, I will be right back.
The Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers detentions at gunpoint, resisting, and unlawful displays of firearms, and is brought to us by Lackluster's channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. On May 9th, 2023, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida resident Ryan Gold was swimming laps in his apartment complex's pool when another resident by the name...
Oh wait, there we go. My bad. Sorry, I forgot to unmute my microphone. We do have ourselves a bonus segment here. From Audit the Audit. Female cop gets fired after doing this.
of Anna Ivanova
Sorry,
approached
mortician.
him and requested that he swim in the opposite direction. Mr. Gold refused to change his course, and after Mr. Gold and Ms. Ivanova collided in the pool, a verbal altercation ensued. Ms. Ivanova called her husband, Benedetto Salvia, who arrived at the pool, and after continuing the verbal dispute, Mr. Salvia lifted his shirt to reveal that a firearm was tucked into the front of his pants. Mr. Gold called 911 to report the incident and waited in the parking lot in front of the pool for officers to arrive. Officer Bethany Guerriero of the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department responded and approached Mr. Gold in the parking lot along with another officer.
Come in, how you doing? Can you hand out pockets for me?
I'm not the one who's done it.
Sir, I don't keep your hands out of your pockets. Put the phone
I
down.
haven't done a crime. Don't talk to me like
Listen
that.
to me. I don't know you.
Listen,
you can put
I don't
that down.
know you. You're the one with the gun. Why?
Get down on the ground now. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
What the?
I told you not to reach for anything.
I haven't committed a crime. You don't have any.
Hands out to your side
I haven't
now.
committed a crime.
Now you put your hands behind your back.
You can't detain me for what?
Yes, I can.
For what?
I don't know you.
I don't know you. You're the ones with guns.
I don't know you. Wait, that's my purse. I don't know you. It's that same fucking energy of that's my purse. I don't know you.
Yeah, you're arresting me for nothing.
I'm detaining you right
That's
now.
fine. You're detaining me for what crime?
Because you don't want to listen.
That's not a crime. You're
The guy is right here. It's not a crime. How is not listening to a cop a crime? You have yet to explain that. If I was in that situation, I'd be saying the same thing. It's like, how is that a crime? Like, I did nothing wrong. And ain't this in Florida too?
Are your body cams on?
Yes, they sure are.
Good. I called you guys for help because this guy's brandishing a gun at me.
When Officer Guerriero approaches Mr. Gold, she tells him to keep his hands out of his pockets. Mr. Gold informs her that he is not the one with the gun, then reaches into his pocket to pull out his cell phone. Officer Guerriero then ordered him to keep his hands out of his pockets again, and when Mr. Gold verbally protested, she pointed her firearm at him, ordered him to get on the ground, and handcuffed him.
It was a fucking cell phone? It wasn't even a gun. How? That's... Okay, that is actual police abuse right there. That is not when you pull out a fucking gun. If that was me in that situation, if I was in that situation, I'd be fucking terrified. I'd like run. And instinctually speaking, I'd just run. Because I don't want to be shot. But wouldn't you know, female coppers make everything fucking worse.
Him, despite the fact that he did not reach for his pockets again. And surveillance footage of the encounter clearly shows that at the time Officer Guerriero pulled out her firearm, Mr. Gold was backing away from her with his hands clearly at his sides. Courts generally recognize 3 different so-called levels of encounters between the police and citizenry.
And she also escalated the encounter to deadly force when she didn't have the right to. If you want to, so in the previous things, like the cops, like the female coppers had every right to like use like, you know, the taser for something, or hell, even a firearm, as in the case of the Lakewood church shooting video that we watched. However, this is not an instance where you pull a firearm on somebody. If they pull out a cell phone.
Consensual encounters, temporary investigative detentions, or Terry stops, and formal arrests. As the 3rd District Court of Appeal of Florida outlined in the 1996 case...
You know you're about to get lit up when the fempig takes out her oink blaster.
case of Saturnino Bode versus State, quote, in the consensual encounter, an officer may question anyone on the street without founded suspicion. On the other hand, now quoting again, a Terry stop is permissible if the detention is temporary and reasonable under the circumstances, and only if the police officer has a well-founded suspicion that the individual detained has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime, while an arrest requires an officer to have probable cause to believe that the person arrested has committed a crime. Although the encounter between Officer Guerriero and Mr. Gold should have been of a consensual nature, since he had called the police for help as a potential victim, and there was no reason to believe that he had committed a crime, it is possible that a court could determine that Officer Guerriero had the reasonable suspicion necessary to conduct a Terry stop under the so-called mistake of fact doctrine, because she later articulated that she believed Mr. Gold was the individual who had a gun. As the Supreme Court explained in the 2014 case of Hine versus North Carolina, since the Fourth Amendment only prohibits unreasonable seizures, quote,
okay, let's take a listen to this, because I think out of all the constitutional amendments, I think aside from the Second Amendment and the first one, I think the Fourth Amendment also has a lot of misinterpretation around it.
A seizure may be permissible even though the justification for the action includes a reasonable factual mistake. Now, while it is questionable whether Officer Guerriero's mistake was quote-unquote reasonable, as Mr. Gold indicated that he did not have a gun, officers are not required to believe everything that citizens tell them, and it is certainly possible that a court could conclude that Officer Guerriero had reasonable suspicion to detain Mr. Gold due to her factual mistake.
So, one thing's for sure. Do you think he'd be able to fit a gun in his pocket? And is that reasonable in that situation? Is it reasonable for a guy to have a gun in a bathing suit? Is that possible? I don't think it is. Huh? Oh, we got a message. Brandon Trueblood. I never seen you on the channel before. How's it going? What did you delete, if I may ask? Anyways, like, clearly he couldn't fit an AR-15. If he had a revolver in his pocket, well, that's not possible, because if he was swimming at the rate that he was swimming, he would have easily, let the revolver just kind of float up to the surface because he wasn't paying attention. Unless he somehow had his hand in his pocket at the same time, but judging by the camera footage, didn't seem likely.
However, even if
who the hell puts a gun in their pocket? Yeah, you don't even do that. That's a retard mistake. There's a reason why holsters exist for a reason. Oh, wait, I've kind of repeated myself there.
Officer Guerriero was within her authority to conduct a Terry stop, a court would likely find that her conduct exceeded the constitutionally permissible scope of the detention. It is well established that police action that exceeds the scope of an investigatory stop and becomes a full-blown, quote-unquote, de facto arrest is unconstitutional if it is not supported by probable cause.
Yes.
The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over Florida, determined in the 2004 case of U.S. versus Acosta that, quote, officers may take reasonable steps to ensure their safety so long as they possess an articulable and objectively reasonable belief that the suspect is potentially dangerous. And that, now quoting again, an investigatory stop does not necessarily ripen into an arrest because an officer draws his weapon, handcuffs a suspect, orders a suspect to lie face down on the ground, or secures a suspect in the back of a patrol car. Nonetheless, because Mr. Gold was not reaching into his pockets or behaving aggressively in any way at the time Officer Guerriero pulled out her firearm and pointed it at him, he would have a strong argument that she did not have an objectively reasonable belief that he was potentially dangerous.
And also, he was more than willing, judging by that footage, he was more than willing to get on the ground because he didn't want to be shot by a fucking pig.
And therefore exceeded the permissible scope of a Terry stop and subjected him to an unconstitutional de facto arrest in the absence of probable cause.
Sit down! I didn't say come up, I said sit down!
Who the f*** is this? Where's your supervisor?
I'm getting
you.
one.
See how she's talking? I haven't done anything.
You don't
Why am I in
listen.
handcuffs? I don't care. You're not my mom.
Because I'm
You're not
coming
my
here
dad.
for a gun.
That's fine. I don't have a gun. I haven't committed a crime.
When I told you to keep your hands out of your pockets,
You're not
you did it.
I didn't commit a crime. You don't get to tell me what to do.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Why are you yelling at me?
He is right. The cop does not have, like, you could see the male cop, like, not being a bitch about things, like, but the female cop, on the other hand, it's like, I have authority over you. I have authority over you. You're part of the patriarchy. I have authority over you because I'm a cop. But it's like, that's not how that works. Honestly, that's not how that fucking works.
Because I have every right to right
Who are you?
now.
What's your badge number?
321 Guerrero, Guerri. Make sure you spell it right.
If you're this scared of a guy in a
I've been here
swimsuit
for 20 years.
You're terrified of a guy in a swimsuit. I didn't do anything.
And he is right. He did not do anything. the problem with female police officers is like they assume a guy because feminism, she assumes the man is dangerous even though the guy does not have any weapons on him. The other officers have weapons on him. She has a gun on her. How? Okay, female police officer, if you are watching this, how the fuck do you explain this? A guy is in a swimsuit. The one thing in his pocket is his cell phone. Motherfucker.
You can shut your mouth.
They just detained me. I explained. There's no gun. That guy
I don't
has a gun.
detain anybody for no reason.
Then what reason?
Because I.
What crime did I commit for you to detain me?
Can you shut your mouth so I can explain it to you?
Are you in charge of this lady? Why am I in handcuffs on the ground? Are you a supervisor?
No, he's not.
Can someone explain why I'm handcuffed on the ground?
Can you shut your mouth so I can talk to you?
Look at you. You're furious. What did I do?
You did not listen.
You're not my boss.
Listen to me.
I don't need to listen to you.
Yes, you do.
He is right. He does not need to listen to her at all. Mortician Stone says, that guy in the swimsuit reminds me of Eric from TWD. What's TWD again? I'm a little drunk right now.
No, I don't. She doesn't get to detain me.
Yes,
Pull her gun on me.
Because when
put
you
me
put
on the
your hands
ground.
in your pocket and
I didn't commit a crime. I don't care. You're that terrified?
Listen.
You shouldn't be a cop if you're that terrified.
I've been here for 20 years, punk.
Yeah, here.
I've been here for 20 years, punk. Totally. If you were here for 20 years, you know better. Like our guy, Good Luck America, he's been a cop for 30 plus years, and he knows exactly what to do. He's not a corrupt cop. But this bitch is a corrupt cop. TWD, The Walking Dead, gotcha. Sorry, Mortician, I'm not all too familiar with, like, mainstream stuff.
Here, go somewhere real. You're terrified. Are you a supervisor? Can you ask this lady why I'm in handcuffs? Tell her what crime I've committed.
I keep trying to tell you.
Go ahead, what crime?
Talking over me.
What crime?
I get called here because someone is...
What's suspicion?
You don't need to be in crime.
Yes, I do. To detain me, you need suspicion of a crime.
No, you do not.
Yes, you do. You don't know the law? Please explain it to them. You cannot just go around detaining random people.
Can you calm down for a second?
I'm in handcuffs.
Can you calm down? Obviously, we're not
Can I
getting
stand
anywhere.
up? I'll calm down if I can stand up. What
I'm
did I
in
do?
charge, not you.
No, you're not.
And you blue nail polish, cute.
Okay.
No,
I'm not going to do it. What did I do?
Down, all right?
What?
Right now, all I need you to do is keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to do it. Arrest me.
You are
Yeah, I want you. Okay, arrest me.
You're
Go ahead, take me to jail. Go ahead, take me to jail. Take me to jail right now. Take me to jail.
Oh, I will.
Do it. I'm ready.
going to.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
What's your name, dude?
Excuse me.
What's your name?
Allow me to stand up.
What's your name?
No.
Negative. Doesn't work that way.
Okay. Tell me what crime I'm here for.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're under arrest.
For what crime?
You have to give your name. You're already on
That's
arrest.
fine. What crime though?
Don't worry. She already told you.
She's already got
Resisting arrest is a secondary charge. That's a secondary charge.
It's not a secondary.
Then take me to jail. I'm not
You are
going
going to jail. Don't worry
let's
about
go.
it. I got you.
Let's go.
The officers inform Mr. Gold that he will be arrested for resisting, and Mr. Gold argues that resisting arrest is a so-called secondary charge. In order to fully understand the legal principles in play, we must address the distinction between state statutes that criminalize resisting arrest and laws that simply prohibit, quote-unquote, resisting an officer. In some states, the applicable statute only forbids resisting the specific act of arrest, in which case resisting would be considered a so-called secondary charge to the offense, precipitating the underlying arrest. However, in other states, such as Florida, resisting can be a standalone charge, as the statute merely criminalizes so-called resisting an officer in the performance of their duties, and does not necessarily require the resistance to be in response to an arrest.
There's a reason why the audit has 2.71 million subscribers. It's clear that he is knowledgeable in this stuff, and, people respect him for that.
Under Section 843.02 of the Florida statutes, quote, whoever shall resist, obstruct, or oppose any officer in the law...
Member of the Florida... just kind of mousing over this stuff right now. Okay, yeah.
Lawful execution of any legal duty without offering or doing violence to the person of the officer shall be guilty of a misdemeanor of the first degree. Courts have generally determined that in some situations, individuals can be convicted of resisting for refusing to comply with a police officer's lawful order. For example, in the 2022 case of Senko versus Jackson, the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida stated that this statute, quote,
honestly, this is a really well-researched video. Like, give this guy a subscription. He makes some good fucking shit.
Authorizes arrest for knowingly obstructing...
Adeptus says, 4 cops standing there. One guy sitting there in handcuffs saying, arrest me. 4 cops standing there like, My thoughts exactly, Mortician.
An officer in the performance of his duties, including by refusing to obey a police officer's lawful command. However, in the 2010 case of Stamos versus Brown, the same court determined that an officer did not have arguable probable cause to arrest an individual who initially did not comply with an officer's orders to back away, but then began to step back after subsequent orders. In this instance, while Mr. Gold did not comply with Officer Guerriero's initial order to keep his hands out of his pockets, he reached into his pocket for his phone after providing the mitigating information that he was not the one who had the gun, and seemed to believe that he had alleviated her concerns. Once it became clear that Officer Guerriero still wanted him to keep his hands out of his pockets, he complied with this order. As such, it is highly likely that a court would conclude that Mr. Gold's conduct in retrieving his phone from his pocket did not rise to the level of knowingly resisting, obstructing, or opposing Officer Guerriero.
There's your supervisor right there.
That's what happened. He just had a phone in his pocket. A phone is not a firearm. So he is more than willing to comply with the police, but also stand up for himself at the same time.
I'm ready to go to jail. Take me.
I sent you that video I was talking about earlier. I got you, Mortician. Thank you.
You're gonna go, trust me.
Is your body camera on, sir? All our body cameras on. Perfect.
He came out here. Me and Strzelecki were up. He's got his hands in his pocket, and I go, bro, take your hands out of your pocket, right? And then when he goes,
we had the security cameras. Turns out the bitch is lying. A lot of bitches are liars these days.
Goes and pulls a phone out, and he goes to put it back. I said, keep your hands out of your pocket, and I drew down on him.
Okay.
That guy.
Has anybody talked to...
Not yet, because Mike came running out, Joe went running out. I'm over here literally by myself with this f***ing guy.
All right. Are you okay to go talk to her?
Yes. So, I had to call my husband. Do you wish to tell me what happened here today so I can have a better understanding?
Yeah, I mean, my wife called me. She called me and said that there was a guy harassing her at school.
Okay. Was it that guy over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I just ran
The brutality starts around 3 minutes. Nice.
over here. He's obviously a lot bigger than me. I didn't, want to get involved. I was trying to pull my wife away, and she just got closer.
At what point did the gun become involved? Well, how did he know that you were armed?
I'm not sure.
You told that other officer that you put your hands up like this so that
my wife said that.
Don't look like he has a gun on him. It just looks like he has a hand.
I know it didn't come out of the holster or anything like that.
No, I didn't say it came out, but how was he able to know that you were armed? Because he called us and said that you were armed.
I mean, if I lift my shirt up, you can see it.
Okay,
but,
so did you...
What?
Want him to see that you were armed? Did you tell him you were armed?
I don't think so, no.
In contrast to the two conflicting stories that Mr. Salvia told the officers, the surveillance footage from the pool clearly shows that he approached Mr. Gold, stood directly in front of him, and raised his shirt to display the firearm that was concealed in the front of his pants. According to Section 790.10 of the Florida statute, which codifies the offense of improper exhibition of dangerous weapons or firearms, quote, if any person having or carrying any dirk, sword, sword cane...
Hey, Noctis, if you're watching this, it mentions dirk.
Firearm, electric weapon or device, or other weapon shall, in the presence of one or more persons, exhibit the same in a rude, careless, angry, or threatening manner, not in necessary self-defense. The person so offending shall be guilty of a misdemeanor of the first degree. Now, while it is nearly unquestionable, based on the security footage, that Mr. Salvia displayed his firearm to Mr. Gold in a rude, careless, angry, or threatening manner, he would not be guilty of a criminal offense if he did so in quote-unquote necessary self-defense. However, under Section 776.012 of the Florida statutes, an individual is only justified in using or threatening to use force against another, quote, when and to the extent that the person reasonably believes that such conduct is necessary to defend himself or herself or another against the other's imminent use of unlawful force.
That's interesting to note. Considering Florida has some of the most lenient gun laws in the country, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that something like that would exist. Rightfully so, you could say, but this guy did not have a gun on him. So what about that?
Now, while the surveillance footage clearly shows that Mr. Gold was engaged in a heated verbal exchange with Mr. Salvia and Ms. Ivanova, he made no physically threatening actions and remained a safe distance away from the couple. And it was Mr. Salvia who approached Mr. Gold and then raised his shirt to display his firearm. Accordingly, a court would almost certainly conclude that Mr. Salvia was not acting in necessary self-defense against an imminent use of force by Mr. Gold.
Okay, so we spoke with that gentleman. Okay, I spoke to him. I'm trying to understand exactly what happened again. Can you explain to me from your perspective what happened?
He started screaming, he started getting closer, he started calling up his fists.
So he's walking towards you?
Yes.
Okay.
My wife got...
This beta male is clearly lying.
Closer to him, and I tried to insert myself in between them.
Okay.
So at that point, we were maybe like 4 or 5 feet apart.
Okay. At what point in time did you pull up your shirt?
Somewhere in there. I really am not comfortable saying anymore. I'm so hazy in my memory that I don't want to say the wrong thing.
So it was this guy who pulled the gun.
Can I wait till I have a lawyer?
I'm still not sure if I could defend my home with the use of violence without getting arrested in Florida. Honestly, that's a good question. I don't even know that myself. I'm not in Florida right now. I plan on moving to Florida sometime soon. So there's that, but I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know. Anyways, let's see. I will be right back. So just enjoy the music. I won't be back. I won't be gone for too long. Okie dokie, I am back.
Sure, absolutely.
We just wanted to give you the opportunity because we're going to look at those cameras and we just want to make sure that what we're going to watch matches what you're saying.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, I lifted my shirt up.
At any point during your encounter with him, did you inform him that you were armed?
I mean, I think that was informing him that I was armed.
By lifting up your shirt?
Yes.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
Oh, I mean,
we'll leave it there. You already asked for more. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, I was going to say either you hold him or you file, but we have a weapon and it's used in the crime.
Well, we'll take the weapon.
What are you going to take the weapon for?
Right now, pending outcome of the investigation.
So then I would go with that then. Take him for the resisted out.
Yeah. What do you think, Bev?
And then you can let him know, hey, we're taking your firearm, pending the outcome of this investigation. But
I feel like at this point they both deserve to go, and I'll tell you why.
Officer Guerriero turned off her body camera for the remainder of the encounter and was later taken.
Isn't that illegal? Yeah, actually, no, that is illegal. You can't fucking do that. For the whole encounter, you need to have your body cam on for the sake of, like, you know, if anybody asks for, like, a FOIA of the encounter, yeah, you cannot turn that shit off. Under any circumstance, you cannot do that. That is illegal.
Into the hospital from the apartment complex in an ambulance after her heart rate spiked and she complained of chest pains. Mr. Gold was transported to jail, but several hours later, after Sergeant Dennis Beath reviewed the surveillance footage from the apartment complex, he called another officer.
There were many signs on most people's houses saying looters will be shot. Yep. That is Florida law. You are allowed to, you know, I've learned this from my jiu-jitsu seminar, or the seminar from my jiu-jitsu school. Florida actually does allow you to shoot home invaders. That is the case. So you don't need to worry about that, Mortician.
officer and ordered him to get Mr. Gold out of jail immediately. Mr. Gold was then released before he was processed and without any criminal charges being filed against him. According to a probable cause affidavit written by Officer Michael Valerio, because the officers could not immediately access the surveillance footage, they seized Mr. Salvia's firearm, bullets, magazine, and holster pending the outcome of this investigation, and then released Mr. Salvia and Ms. Ivanova. However, after the officers reviewed the surveillance footage, they determined that probable cause existed to arrest Mr. Salvia, and on May 12, 2023, he was charged with improper exhibition of a dangerous weapon. Court records show that Mr. Salvia participated in a pre-trial
Interesting. It's like, don't bring a firearm to a fucking swimming pool.
diversion program, and on May 26, 2023, the charge was dismissed after Mr. Salvia took gun safety and anger management classes and paid for the costs of prosecution. Immediately following the encounter, Mr. Gold filed several complaints with the Palm Beach Gardens PD.
Honestly, that's kind of fair. That's kind of fair.
Triggering an internal affairs investigation one day after his...
But hey, anything to get one of these ponytail cops fired, that's a good thing at the end of the day.
arrest. On August 25th, 2023, Chief Clint Shannon announced that Officer Guerriero was fired after the investigation determined that she violated several department policies in her conduct toward Mr. Gold. According to Officer Guerriero's personnel file, she had been with the department for over 19 years and made $101,000 annually. She later told a reporter that, quote, being in this job as long as we all have, we have moments throughout our careers that weren't our best. Was it my finest hour? Absolutely not. It is also reported that Officer Guerriero planned to appeal her termination through arbitration. As a result of the altercation with Officer Guerriero, Mr. Gold decided to move back to Chicago and told a reporter that he never wanted to return to Palm Beach Gardens. He also informed reporters that he is considering filing a lawsuit, and Lackluster stated at the end of his video that there was, quote-unquote,
dude, you have so much grounds to do that, and you'll gain so much money from doing so, too. You actually have a case on you.
Quite a bit of news regarding Mr. Gold's next actions, but Mr. Gold was limited in what he could share just yet. Overall, Officer Guerriero gets an F for unreasonably pointing her firearm at an unarmed and unaggressive citizen who had just been threatened with a gun, arresting Mr. Gold when there was likely no probable cause to do so, and blatantly misrepresenting the facts of the situation in order to justify her actions. As Mr. Gold pointed out, Officer Guerriero seemed to be terrified by the idea of a gun being present at the scene. And although fear of the deadly nature of firearms is certainly an understandable human reaction, individuals who cannot behave reasonably and constitutionally when responding to encounters involving guns simply do not have the temperament necessary to be law enforcement officers. In order to be
if you are to be a law enforcement officer, you can't be doing the shit that the female officer was doing. This is also what happens because the fucking amygdala response. Because she's like, oh my god, this guy's such a danger. It's like, I need my gun. Even though he did not have a firearm on him at all. Mortician Stone says people are the biggest parasites. Female police officers are the biggest parasites in this case. And that is absolutely the case. And it is true. Let's finish up this video.
Effective in their positions, officers must be able to regulate their fear and anger and respond to situations in a proportional and intentional manner, which Officer Guerriero clearly failed to do here. Additionally, while I applaud the Palm Beach Gardens PD for terminating Officer Guerriero, I question why the other officers involved in Mr. Gold's arrest were not disciplined, as they did nothing to stop Officer Guerriero's overly aggressive behavior and assisted in arresting Mr. Gold.
Because if they did something about it, they'd probably also get fired too. It's much better that they're disciplined over this issue than fired. Because if they were to tell a woman, oh, you have to stop doing your bullshit, well, they'd get fired too. Because she's a woman.
Without probable cause.
Even in Florida, like one of the most red states in the world. Even the Florida Police Department still do the DEI bullshit, or the DIE bullshit.
With one officer even pointing his taser at Mr. Gold when Officer Guerriero drew her firearm. As Mr. Gold told a reporter when arguing that Officer Guerriero's firing was not enough, quote, there were many officers there that day that participated in this. It was not just this one woman. Mr. Gold gets an A, because although he did not comply with all...
He gets an A for Ayo!
Officer Guerriero's initial order to keep his hands out of his pockets,
Chronic,
this seemed to be the result of a misunderstanding rather than a willful act of defiance, and he took steps to oppose Officer Guerriero's unlawful conduct by verbally challenging her actions during the stop and filing complaints afterward. Mr. Gold has also sought to bring public attention to the misconduct in this incident, and has been vocal in calling for higher levels of reform in the Palm Beach Gardens PD other than just simply firing Officer Guerriero. I commend Mr. Gold for his willingness to stand up for his rights, even in the face of multiple officers engaging in questionable conduct, and would encourage him to pursue a lawsuit if he's not already doing so. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal...
Okay, so that's the end of that video. That was the end of our bonus segment. Let's see why, because we are at the cancellation segment. Oh wait, we also got another notification from Saturn. Oh wait, she's streaming too. Anyways, let's get to our regular cancellation. So this was from like a few weeks ago, and this video from Better Bachelor is called "Society is Hell-Bent on Supporting the Worst of Us and Holding the Best Down." Let's take a watch. And do you want to know who this is a cancellation for? It's for Megan Hall, the mousy chick who slept with like 5 officers, and it was made like a huge scandal, which rightfully so, that should be a scandal. All those guys were married, and no doubt those guys are going to be fucked in the divorce court, considering they are also police officers too. Let's take a watch. That's the police officer in question, the slut of Tennessee Department. And as you can see in that video, that's her body count. That's her fucking body count.
Guys, well,
hold on. I'm going to just let people know. Anyways, let's see.
welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. I have a secret for you. Do you want to know why our country is going to shit? It is because of people and stories like this.
I agree, Joker. I agree.
If you guys remember this...
She loves to ride those bulls. She really does. Especially the Tyrones in the police department.
Megan Hall was the chick that romped basically 60% of a small Tennessee police department. And she got called out. And she went national. And everybody covered this story. She was literally the meme of the month for an entire month on everywhere. And then she disappears into obscurity like most other Thotianas do.
Yep.
And then this morning, last night, I came across Mr. Colin Rugg on Twitter. Now, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I'm over there at Bachelor Joker. Post over there on Twitter. From Colin Rugg, new former Tennessee police officer who went wild with 6 officers on the job has settled her lawsuit for $500,000. Now, I want you to understand, if you make $50,000 a year, this is 10 years of your employment pay that she got after she did the nasty with 6 police.
1 second, hold on. Aren't one of y'all gonna be streaming that on Discord? Let's continue.
Police officers, because she's just a poor innocent flower woman and she doesn't know what she's doing. So obviously it must have been the men that took advantage of her.
I wonder. That's a little suspicious. It's totally not like she asked for those guys to be pounded. Totally. Even though Megan, what's this bitch's name? Megan Hall is married.
So what he's repeating mostly of what. Now this is kind of funny. You probably saw this in the. I'm probably going to put this as an intro. This is she got $500,000 for doing this with 6 dudes. She got $500,000 for doing this. And for those of you just listening, she's riding the bull. You know what I'm saying? Well, here's the original story. I actually did a video on this at the time, which was January 9th, a year ago. Tennessee cops, including married female officer, fired after repeated wild romps in the bedroom. Small Tennessee police station's been rocked by allegations of wild misconduct after a married female officer allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers.
Notice how they actually word this. They didn't say affair. They said steamy romp. They didn't say affair. Extra, or hell, even extramarital affair. They said steamy romp. They're trying to scandalize this. They're not being honest. The mainstream news isn't honest. New York Post is not honest.
Officers, including illicit on-duty liaisons, according to reports. Officer Megan Hall and her fellow officers did the Girls Gone Wild thing. She engaged in sending wild pictures, taking off her top at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party, and even doing the old Australian kiss with two officers in the Laverne, Tennessee Police Department. She slept with this, I think it was this dude and his wife. She slept with both of them. And this guy, and this guy, and then. And she became the meme of the month. Well, from March 21st, last night, ex-Tennessee cop Megan Hall, fired over the sexual trysts with 6 other officers, settles federal lawsuit that will cost the city a whopping $500,000. Holding women accountable is like running across the beach with a handful of water and then throwing it on a fire to try to put it out. It's impossible. I don't know if you've ever tried to run with a handful of water for any distance. It's not going to happen. Former Tennessee cop who got axed for her trysts with 6 other officers on the job.
You don't need to use such flowery wording, New York Post. Just say she had wrongful extramarital affairs.
Has settled her federal lawsuit against the former employer for a whopping $500,000, according to reports.
God
Megan
damn.
Hall, who claims she was groomed by a cadre of men.
Oh no, she was groomed, even though she asked every single one of those guys if they wanted to have sex with her. They all agreed. They said yes. It was all consensual. But somehow she won $500,000 from it.
Male colleagues on the force sued the city of Laverne last year after word of her raunchy romps made national headlines. On Wednesday, the Laverne board voted 3-1 at a special meeting to settle the lawsuit because I guess they just were embarrassed that they hired such a trashy cop and wanted out of the news. Here's my thing.
Sheffo says, just say she got fired. She got fed by several Darths. Feed me, Darth.
With the allegation she was quote unquote groomed. Dude comes to you. Hey, how about this? You go to your boss. This guy just did this. I'm uncomfortable. Problem solved. You'll probably get a payout from that. Another coworker.
Mortician says, again with this whole I was raped bullshit. Yep, it's this shit again, even though she was the one to ask them. I've not forgotten what happened initially in this whole situation. She was not raped. She asked for it consensually. Hold on, I will be right back. I'll be playing a different song this time. This is Justine from Guilty Gear Strive.
Just listen what's called the years, the word of the guy who was hated by the god of failure. Just lean.
Okay, I'll be right back. I got a DM from Mortician Stone. A new, some music. Alrighty. Thank you for sending me that. I'll take a listen to it later. Let's get back to the cancellation. Let's see, is this, yep, normal speed.
Worker sends you an inappropriate photo and you're not happy about it. You go to your boss. If he doesn't do anything, okay, now you go to the city council. Now you get an attorney lawyer up. You're going to get paid. But instead, she said, sounds good to me. I would like to schlob on the knob for a little bit. And I...
Feel free to clip this if you want. Slob on my knob, like corn on the cob. Check in with me and do your job. Lay on the bed, then give me head. Don't have to ask, don't have to pay. Juicy's my name, sex is my game. Call up the boys, let's run a train. Oh wait, I'm gonna get copyright struck in now. Oh no!
And remember, she's married, guys. She's married at the time.
Married, quote unquote.
And so instead, she goes through all her little craziness, and then she says, well, it wasn't me. They convinced me and told me I had to do this.
She was like, call up the boys, let's run a train.
Laverne Board of Mayor,
Look at this bitch right here. She's not even that good looking, but when it comes to those Tennessee police officers, maybe their wives weren't giving them the old in and out, you know, that their physical need that would be satisfied in terms of marriage, even with kids. You know, all that stuff. Mortician Stone says, Havohe, dethrone the Son of God. Ooh. Nice. Oh, wait, that's the album you sent.
Alderman voted tonight to authorize the mayor to sign a settlement agreement between the city of Laverne and former police officer Megan Hall. City leaders wrote in a statement, according to the outlet. This is former Laverne, Tennessee cop Megan Hall claims she was sexualized, blah, blah, blah. I think this is her lawyer because her husband... Dude, look at... This is the face... Oh, come on. Why can't I zoom in? This is the face of somebody that got $500,000 from...
That's my impersonation of her face right there. Look at her fucking Kingdom Hearts necklace right there too. She's not serious about this. She's just trying to get money. We all fucking know she's just trying to get fucking money out of it.
From Tennessee. Don't tell me women have a hard time. Oh, there's femcells. Women have an incredibly hard time.
Okay, there are such thing as femcells. They're called autistic women. The one difference between the actual autistic women and the ones who are just faking it, is that the actual autistic women are not ones to be in bed with random strangers.
Getting laid. No, not happening. If this thing can get 6 cops that she works with to plow her, don't tell me it's hard for women. Shut up.
It's hard for autistic women because most guys don't even want to screw an autistic woman, even if she is attractive. The mindset of a normie is just like, I don't want my kids to be autistic. But then again, because I'm relatively attractive enough, if there was an actual autistic woman, I think she'd want to be in bed with me. So there's that.
The agreement was negotiated between the attorneys representing the city and Hall. The statement said, the city's insurance provider will pay the sum of $500,000 to Hall as a gross settlement, which includes court costs, attorney fees, and expenses. City denies any admission of liability. Oh, the city denies admission of liability, but what about her? Nope, she gets a payout. She gets a payout.
Cha-ching!
So now they say, well, it's going to be the insurance that pays this out. Okay, the insurance premiums for the police department just went up. There go your tax dollars. Your tax dollars just paid for this sloot to take on half of the police force.
I'm bussing. Mama to come. Mama to come. That's my impersonation of Megan Hall right there. Mama to come. Mama to come. I love doing that shit. I'm drunk enough where I can.
Balls deep.
So, throughout the videos that we watched tonight, I want you guys to think for just a second. Do you think someone like Megan Hall would be able to, deal with like a serious case if she was assigned to it? I don't think she would.
To take on the police force. Hall 28 made national headlines last year after her station house sexcapades went public, including affairs with her supervisor and others. According to an internal investigation, Hall hooked up with several colleagues. She sent them spicy photos and went topless on a Girls Gone Wild theme hot party. Even performed the Australian kiss on 2 cops while on duty. She also allegedly had a
the Australian kiss. Is that like eating ass? That's fucking gross. Oh. That's so gross. Why do people do that shit? It's disgusting. It's faggot shit. Even if it's a girl doing it, it's faggot shit.
Threesome with one of the cops and his wife. Shocking investigation report included findings that the police chief Burrell, or Chip Davis, who was fired over the scandal, not only knew about Hall's hookups, but joked about the situation with others in the city.
How does Burrell lead to the nickname of Chip? What?
Okay, so he didn't take appropriate actions. So he got fired. Why do people's tax dollars have to go to pay this? This is the most. She got basically paid $100,000 per dude, just about. Talk about Girls Gone Wild. This. If you want to know why society is going to shit, this is why. Because the worst of the worst win.
I agree, Joker. The worst of the worst do win. And do you want to know what happens when the worst of the worst win? Well, they think they have a shot with scurvy. And guess what? They don't have a fucking shot with scurvy because they're not virgins. Whether it's a guy or a girl, they're not virgins. Hold on.
I just ones win. The good ones suffer.
Yep, good people like me suffer, especially in the West. I know, Sheffo, you're a good guy, but you don't suffer because you're not in the West. You have a wonderful fiance. You have quite a bit compared to me, Marty. But yeah, try your best to disassociate from the Western woman type.
What's her excuse here? She says, I know what most people are saying, she said during her first public comments about the scandal.
Oh, my
I
God.
could have said no. I get it. But my response to them is I did say no, and Powell wouldn't take no for an answer.
He would have taken no for an answer. You're fucking lying out of your teeth, Megan.
Eventually, I gave in from the pressure. That's BS. That's BS. We know this. This is not the first.
I agree, Mortician. I agree. I'm still there. I've had my chances to lose my virginity. I said no every single time.
Also me situation here. She says no. He pressures her. She goes to the. You're a public official. You're working for the city. You go to the city council. You complain to the next rung up. Then you file the lawsuits. Then you get your payouts, because that's how this goes if he was being inappropriate. But she never had a chance to go talk to anybody.
Oh, my God.
Megan wasn't looked at like a rookie cop to be trained and promoted. She was looked at like a piece of meat to be exploited.
She treated herself like that. She's basically just accusing herself of the shit she did. This is woman logic 101.
Yes. Such a steaming hot piece of meat.
She's not even that hot. Like, I don't know what it is with ugly bitches these days, but I would not want to be caught dead with one. It's the same thing with the the uber hot bitches too. I would not want to be caught dead with one. Why? Because they're gonna have the high body counts. Once again, for Scurvy, if she didn't lose it to me, off to the streets with thee.
Like cat shit on a frying pan. That's real hot. Like warm diarrhea cat shit in a frying pan. That's what a hot piece of meat this is. Oh.
She is ugly. The one thing she has going for her is her eye color. Other than that, she is ugly. Ugly. Because she's not a virgin and she has tattoos and has a lot of other red flags too. And also she's old. So she's ugly.
How could she say no?
Oh my
Hall
God.
blamed her randy behavior on a troubled marriage. Oh, so it's not the guys. It's not the men in city. It's not the other cops. It's actually my troubled marriage.
Oh, right. Like, Megan, it's totally not you that caused the problems with the marriage. It was your husband. It was totally your husband. Oh, wait, it was you.
That's what it really is.
Don't bullshit me.
It wasn't me. It was the other cops. It wasn't me. It was my troubled marriage. It wasn't me. It was bad things from my childhood. It wasn't me. I was, I don't know, on Medicaid. Whatever. God, this is why everything is going to crap. Because bad people keep doing bad things and then they get cash and prizes on the way out.
Yep. That's the sign of a rotten civilization. If they get cash and prizes, if they were the ones to be doing the rotten thing. Hell, not even Rome was this bad. Ancient Rome, when that fell, I don't think it was this bad. Now, because of the internet, and you have like shit like OnlyFans, OnlyFools, if I want to be YouTube correct. Oh my God, like, it's so much worse now than it was back then. Easily. We are now living through the new fall of Rome.
So here's some comments on it, sorted by the best. The insurance company's on the hook for the settlement, and then we wonder why our insurance premiums are through the roof. This is why we need tort reform. Plaintiff loses a lawsuit, then they must pay the defendant's lawyer's bill. All frivolous lawsuits would disappear. Someone else says the idea that no taxpayer funds will be used to pay for this is nonsense. The premiums on the town's insurance policy.
Mortician Stone says, I think that's Andrew Tate's long-lost sister. This is worse than the fall of Rome. I agree. This is way worse than the fall of Rome. I don't think the most slutiest of sleuths in Rome had this much of a body count compared to so many bitches now.
See, we'll go through the roof. Attorney takes $150K plus expenses, so she's left with maybe $300,000. After taxes, about $175. Not big money, really. She's going to need to work, but now she has a damaged reputation. Sad. Oh, how sad for her.
That's totally sad. Honestly, that's not sad at all. It's totally fucking justified.
How sad for her. Oh, she only gets 175 grand. I don't know about you. That could pay off, I don't know, all your credit card debt, your vehicles, and put 50 grand on your mortgage.
Imagine if I had 500K, I'd be set for life. Well, probably more like $1 million. I'd rent out, I'd probably like live in a bumfuck place or something and fix it up so it accumulates more value. I bought it for cheaper, but I was the one who fucking fixed it.
She made her choice. No reason to feel sad for her. The only one to blame is the person she sees when she looks in the mirror. Lots of replies to that.
Now everything... Damn, Mortician, that's funny as fuck. I agree. Everything is about the merchants. Hold on. Let me type something in the comments. There we go.
But that's not where it ends, guys. That's not where it ends. I got good news for you. Carly Russell is this lady here. Now, most of you may not know this because I didn't do a video on this. Carly Russell disappeared for like 3 days, just out of the blue, supposedly on the way home from work. And then she says, I saw a little boy by the edge of the road, and I went to go help him, and then I got kidnapped by a red-headed man, white man.
Totally. That's what happened. Totally not a lie. Shit like that doesn't, like, totally happens every day. Even though, it doesn't happen at all.
MAGA supporter or whatever. Then she disappears for 3 days. Then she comes back, and everybody's like, what's going on? And she tells her story, and it doesn't fit. It doesn't...
Oh, looks like we have more than 2 cancellations tonight. Let's get to it.
Sound right. And then they find a gas station video when they were looking for her. She stopped at a gas station, and she bought a bunch of snacks and drinks for like 2 or 3 days. She probably flitted off to go meet some dude in the middle of the night, because she, too, I think, was either married or had a boyfriend. Come to find out, the whole thing's an entire lie. She wasted taxpayer resources. She wasted the police officer's time. She lied. She made it sound like it was something about race. Well, guess what? No jail time. She blamed the kidnapping hoax on emotional issues and stress.
Of course, if you're that kind of woman, you could actually get away with reporting a false crime. Wouldn't you fucking know? It's exactly the Megan Hall situation. Exactly. Because what she was talking about, oh yeah, like, you know, she got railed by like a few police officers, but she wasn't coerced to do so.
See, this is why I'm not going to take women seriously. Oh, woman wants to be governor. Oh, woman wants to be in charge of this. Oh, woman wants to be held responsible.
Yep.
And then if they do a good job, it's yay, empowered women. Women, awesome.
Honestly, like, if a woman does something good, I'm going to congratulate her the same way I would a guy doing a good job. It's like, hey, you did a good job. I'm proud of you. You did the right thing. The woman is not going to get any extra special treatment. That's what equality is. Did they forget that or what?
And if they do a bad job, oh, it's not her fault, guys. She was stressed out and she was emotional, and it's other people's fault. It's not me. Don't blame me. I'm the one harmed, you see. They're like grown-up children. They're tall children.
Oh, you're not wrong, Joker. They really are like grown-up children. They act like children, too. A lot of women these days act like fucking children. It is what it is.
It was the lamp. I didn't break the lamp. The cat. The cat jumped on the counter and knocked the 40-pound lamp across the room.
That's not what happened.
It's like a child that spills milk. It was a ghost. Carly Russell finally revealed Thursday why she faked her abduction last summer in a case that spurred nationwide panic as she pled guilty to 2 charges and avoided jail time. The 26-year-old nursing student apologized for falsely reporting seeing a baby crawling along an Alabama highway just minutes before she seemingly vanished, only to turn up 2 days later without an explanation. I made a grave mistake while trying to fight through.
Okay, that just does not happen. A baby does not crawl through an Alabama highway. That just does not happen. That's bullshit. That's a lie.
Various emotional issues and stress.
Oh my God.
Russell told the court through tears. I'm extremely remorseful for the panic, fear, and various range of negative emotions. I want to specifically acknowledge and take accountability, blah, blah, statement written by my lawyer.
Oh my God.
I absolutely regret my decision, lawyer talk. She pleaded guilty to the misdemeanor charges of falsely reporting to law enforcement and falsely reporting an incident. Although the Jefferson County judge acknowledged that Russell's actions set off a nationwide panic.
Think about it. She's a black woman. Do you think she'd actually get into some serious trouble?
He said it would be a waste of government resources to put her behind bars because she doesn't pose a threat to the community. Oh, you mean like all the men that the men that happen to like a little Mary Jane, but their skin color's a little darker? Straight to jail.
I agree, Joker. I agree. What about those guys who are unable to pay their child support because they, could have had a bad time at their workplace or something, and their boss just doesn't happen to like them? Don't forget about that too. Don't forget about that.
Straight to jail. Would this pass if a guy tried that? I was under a lot of emotional stress. Instead, she was sentenced to 1 year.
If the guy said that when it came to not paying his child support, oh, he'd still be in prison. That's exactly what would fucking happen.
Your probation, community service, and mental health counseling in order to pay $17 grand in restitution to the city of Hoover. At least she's got to pay for the waste of resources and manpower.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna put on a song. Okay, let's get back to the video. It's clear that the female police officers in that case believe her bullshit, so, yeah, let's get back to the video.
Hour it took to look for her. She had previously apologized and admitted to it, but only through lawyers. The bizarre chain of events kicked off July 13th when she lied about everything and everything and everything and everything.
Oy vey.
Somebody says, just $18K in restitution? Wasn't every cop in the state following up on false leads looking for her for a probable couple of days? Wasn't there a helicopter involved? The diverted resources from helping real victims of real crimes probably...
Yeah, the bitch should be punished for misusing police resources, just like Megan Hall. Wouldn't you know? Bitches like to lie about things that didn't happen to them.
It cost $100,000 in man hours and equipment hours. Pathetic. Why is everything falling apart? Why are the criminals and the bad people getting away with everything? Why are the good people that are trying to stop the bad people, why are they being punished? This is what happens when you govern and you put in law and you put in government people and you vote for people based on your fees, your feelings. This is what happens. This is why we say it a lot here. Weak men make bad times. This was a weak judge. This story on Miss Thing getting off the hook and paying out $500,000. And I guess it didn't even go to a judge, but it went to the board and mayor of aldermen. They're weak people. They're like, we don't want to take this to trial. Just write the check and be done with it, because you're embarrassed that you hired her. Or
yeah, that's true. It's also a thing of embarrassment, and what they don't realize is that when you hire out of embarrassment, the whole fucking department is gonna be embarrassed.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Just give her money. So they act the fool and they get away with it, and then they either get a little tiny slap on the wrist or cash and prizes.
Those are not even consequences. Anyways, I think we kind of get the point of this video here. If you want to watch the rest of the video, it's called Society is Hellbent on Supporting the Worst of Us and Holding the Best of Us Down. 1 second, I'm going to see kind of what video it's on Better Bachelor's channel. Yeah, it's like the ninth video in his. It's like the 9th video in his most recent. There we go. Just had to close that out. And it's this one right here. Society is hell-bent on supporting the worst of us and holding the best of us down. But, anyways. The reason why Megan Hall is indeed canceled is because she is exactly like the female police officers that we ripped on in this video, in this stream. And also, she is just not worthy of being a police officer. She just is not. That is also a fact. A lot of these ponytail police officers are just not worth being police officers. Anyways, now we're going to go to the after show. We have some time, so I'm more than willing to entertain y'all for a little bit. So yeah, did you guys enjoy the show tonight? I didn't. I'm actually pretty drunk right now, but I'm drunk mainly because I've it's kind of at the end of the show, which is fine by me. I think I got most of my points out overall, so there's that. I hope I articulated them pretty well, even when I was tipsy or when I was even more tipsy. Mortician Stone says, yeah, it was good. Honestly, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm not going to be here for too much longer. Probably just going to be here for probably till 9:05 EST because UFC 300 is going on right now. So, yeah. If you know anybody who is streaming it right now, go watch it. Go fucking watch it. It's a hype event for a reason. Anyways, I will see you guys next week. As for next week's show, I'm thinking about actually talking about how feminism actually caused the loneliness problem or repeat offenders. You'll know what I'm talking about when I post the stream on the channel. So you guys have a good night, all right?